TV network abbreviation CBS stand for? And we will go to Matt and see if he knows the answer. Yo, Matt, good morning.
Good morning. It's Columbia Broadcasting System.
You got it, bud. That's correct. And you just got yourself a $100 Visa gift card. Hang on the line, Matt. We're going to set you up, and that is courtesy of our friends with Walker Independence. And you can witness the beginning of the legacy of Walker Independence, the CW's all-new series, Thursdays at 9 p.m. on the CW Philly.
Walker told me I had AIDS.
I got a few things to get to. Kim Kardashian is reportedly so fed up with Kanye's behavior that she won't talk to him about their kids' schedules anymore without a third-party present.
Uh-oh.
Yep. A source told Page Six Wednesday that they have zero communication in several weeks. They've had zero communication in several weeks. And all communication regarding the kids' schedules are coordinated through assistants now.
You know the third party is? It's Nell.
Now, and then they need an interpreter for Nell.
It's on purpose.
Yeah, it's like a whole
I don't understand
entourage.
this bitch.
Yeah, he's like,
That ain't you.
okay.
You're better than that.
The insider added she has had enough of his conspiracy theories, bullying, and hateful rhetoric. So, yeah, it's gotten worse. As one can imagine. He's unhinged, man. Anthony Rapp became emotional when taking the stand in Manhattan federal court on Wednesday. The Star Trek Discovery actor teared up when he revealed that he came forward to about his 30-year-old encounter with Kevin Spacey because he knew that he wasn't alone. Rapp testified and said, I came forward because I knew I wasn't the only one who Kevin Spacey made inappropriate sexual advances to.
How old is Rapp? What age was he when this occurred? Do you remember?
14.
14. Okay, I thought that was it. Yeah.
So, according to The Hollywood Reporter, an objection led Judge Lewis A. Kaplan to strike the comment from the record. Afterward, Rapp detailed the encounter, explaining the 26-year-old Spacey lifted a then 14-year-old Rapp onto a bed and pressed his clothed body against the teens. That might not sound like much on the surface, but here's a 14-year-old with a 26-year-old laying on top of them.
Right.
And now having to get out of that situation. I mean, at 14 years old, that can mess with your head pretty bad. So Rapp is seeking $40 million for psychological injuries. And part of the reason he's doing it is because he thinks he's done it to other people. Emily Ratajkowski opened up to Variety on Wednesday about her relationship status. The My Body author, who filed from divorce from Sebastian Bear McClard last month, has been recently linked to Brad Pitt. And she told the outlet, I'm newly single for basically the first time in my life ever.
No, I don't think so. When she was a baby, she wasn't dating anyone.
And I just feel like I'm kind of enjoying the freedom of not being super worried about how I'm being perceived.
Oh, that's great.
A source told people earlier this month that Ratajkowski and Pitt had gone out on a few dates.
I can't hear enough about super good-looking people and what they have to put up with.
Yeah, dating other super good-looking people. I know.
It's a nightmare.
All right, so with speaking of good-looking people, with age comes wisdom. But for Christopher Maloney, age also comes with a career hot streak and the label Zaddy.
Zaddy?
Z-A-D-D-Y.
What does that stand for?
Something daddy, I guess.
I don't know. And they throw it around in this article as if we should already know what Zaddy means.
That.
Okay, a sexually attractive man, especially an older one who is fashionable or charismatic. There you go.
Okay.
I didn't know.
How do we get zaddy?
I don't know.
We're old. It's okay. We shouldn't know that.
No. Sometimes it's just stupid, and sometimes you have to make a stand.
But it's thrown around in this article, which is People Magazine, which is read by old people too, Kathy.
Okay.
Without mention of what the hell it means. What?
I would say People Magazine is like for us and our generation.
Right?
Stupid bastards.
All right, anyhow, he is not expecting all this attention in his 60s, thanks to the actor's return to the beloved Law & Order Special Victims Unit role, and several viral moments showcasing his chiseled physique, including his nude Peloton ad and impressive backside photos posted by fans on social media. Maloney has become an intergenerational sex symbol. He said it's a second act to a certain degree. And he said it's a gas, it's fun. I don't know. Has anyone been crowned Zaddy? Once it's bestowed upon you, you have to just ride that horse as long as you can.
Kath, my daughter used a phrase in the kitchen the other day that I didn't know what it was. Not that I was able to interpret it. I had just never heard it before, and that was treated by my wife, mind you, as if I was like some old like fuddy-duddy that like.
It's okay to not know stuff. What was it?
I can't remember.
Was it thermostat?
You mentioned it to me
No.
the other day.
It was like catching looks, but like,
Yeah.
and she's listening right now. She'll tell me what it was, but it's not like I was like, what does that mean? You know, like I knew what it meant.
Right.
I just hadn't heard it before. You know
I
what
know,
I mean?
I know.
And then she sent me like this video the other day of like these 4 old guys in the back of a car. You know, she's like, this was you the other night in the kitchen. I was like, no, it's not.
Dude, I said to Caroline the other day, I go,
Yeah.
don't look at me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid. I know things.
I know stuff.
Listen,
Because she had said something and I didn't know what it meant. And I go, don't give me that look like I'm stupid.
I don't
okay?
ever look at anybody. It's because if I happen to know what Zaddy was and someone else didn't, I wouldn't go,
I know.
don't you feel like we are our parents? Like I remember my mom saying those things to me and me looking at her going, "You're so stupid. I can't believe you don't know that."
my
I
mom
just
is
had a-
dead. Thanks for bringing it up,
Stop,
Kathy.
Steve, stop.
Oh
That's
my
not why I
God,
brought
dude.
it up.
She's so insensitive sometimes.
Unbelievable callous.
Ridiculous.
No, but I caught myself yesterday saying, "You're gonna let your daughter wear that dress?"
I don't know with the children these days.
Right?
Here I am composing my activities list.
Oh, serving
feel like-
looks. That's
Oh,
what the,
serving looks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, whenever I get one of those, I just feel like saying, hey, guess who's got all the money?
Yeah. You like the food you eat?
Yeah, you like that food?
You like sleeping in warmth?
Get out.
Anyway, the veteran actor shares daughter Sophia, who's 21, and son Dante, who is 18, with his wife of 27 years. His wife's name, she's an artist. Her name is Sherman Williams.
The paint?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
She's an artist.
I didn't realize she did that.
He says his family also gets a kick out of his new title.
You know, Van Gogh had some house paint that he sold as well.
He said, my wife, she's lovely. She gets it, meaning she's like, whatever. My kids, on the other hand, invariably once a month, it's like, really? Really? Their friends will send them a meme that's come out or whatever. He said, but I think it secretly in their hearts, they get it. It's cool because we all have a good goof with it. My children's friends bust my chops, but it's all fun. It's an honor.
You know what? He can be funny. He's in Hot, Wet American Summer.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he plays the cafeteria guy, and he's actually very funny.
Has he had some comedic roles in the past?
That's one of them. He's done that a
Okay.
couple times, and he's also, I think, he's really good in Man of Steel. He's the Colonel.
Yeah. He was good in that.
But is he doing commercials now that
Yes, for the
requires him to be
Peloton.
fun? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Naked commercials.
He was
So-
in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. So he's done some things. Yeah, Steve. Okay.
So
Comedic
Sherman
roles.
Williams, I mean, do you think that's like a self-fulfilling sort of prophecy? Like your name
I do.
is...
I think every bit of it. I think that it was meant to be.
So you're saying that she was named that and therefore became an artist
Yeah.
because it was the paint? Possibly.
Yeah.
Sometimes things like that can happen. They can kind of steer you in a certain
Came her way.
direction.
Like, what was that guy that you went to high school press? His name was like Brock something or other.
Brock Brockmeyer.
Brock. Yeah.
Yeah. Brock. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he in some
It
sort
was,
of
there, was,
meathead thing?
there was Brock Brockmeyer and Carlo Marlowe. Those were the two that just stood out.
Those are
because-
good names.
Really? Mom and Dad, seriously?
Uh-huh.
Our last name is Brockermeyer and you went with Brock?
Brock Brockemeyer. Yeah. That's like a bad PI's name. Brock Brockemeyer on the case.
We had Quinn...
Wait. What's the Easter Bunny? Thanks, Easter Bunny. Brock Brockermeyer. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying?
No, just the number one student in my class and the following class in high school was one was Quinn Wynn and the other one it was another rhyming name and I can't remember it was like Matt Watt but like it wasn't Matt Watt but yeah.
Okay.
All
Yep.
right, sorry.
We had Tom Thomas.
Tom Thomas. It's almost like Tommy Tom Thompson. It's along those lines. Yeah.
Get creative with those names, people.
All right, how about this? Tom Brady isn't known for his dink shots, but that may soon change. Apparently, that's a phrase in pickleball. So the NFL legend is joining a new Major League Pickleball ownership group that includes former international tennis champion, and I'm going to mess this name
All
up,
right.
okay?
Let her rip.
Okay.
Kim Slisters?
Oh, Kleisters?
Kleisters, thank you.
Yeah.
And he joins fellow top athletes like LeBron James as a pickleball team owner. And
Oh,
his
they're all getting in on it.
His investment is the latest indicator that pickleball is rapidly evolving from a pandemic fad into a serious sport.
Has anyone played it yet?
No.
I still haven't played it. I want to play it.
I have 4 rackets and all the balls that you need. I have them. They're here.
Dude, we got the courts in Wildwood. I
Yeah,
mean,
we do
in
have them
Wildwood
there. There's
Crest.
courts all over the place. They set them up in my gym all the time, and I saw, oh, man, like it was pissing me off because there was like 3 old people and then this one younger guy. I'm like, dude, you better be taking it easy on these guys. You know what I mean? Like,
You were concerned for his health?
No, I was concerned for the other three people because
okay.
he was way younger than. I mean, a lot of old people play pickleball.
Oh,
And
I think it's a younger thing now.
It is.
I think it's both.
starting to
I
trend
think
younger.
it's essentially it's a smaller scale version of tennis.
Yes.
Which allows people who don't have the physical ability to
Right.
get out there and do an entire tennis court to get out and play a fun, cool, interactive game.
it does seem fun.
So
Yeah.
why not? But then again, you can take people who are more agile and really crank it up a notch or two. So it's got that. I think that's what's cool about it. It's what's appealing is to a wide variety of people.
A
that can play.
pickle for everyone.
So anyhow, he's gotten on board, and by the way, it is the fastest growing sport in the U.S. with 4.8 million players, and they're looking to the MLP. Major League Pickleball
Wow.
wants to expand its pool of teams from 12 to 16 and double the amount of annual events it holds from 3 to 6. More games means more tickets, more ad space, and more pickles.
How much space do you need?
By the way,
Not much.
Not much. It's smaller than a regular. It's about, I'd say, a third of the tennis court.
Could we play pickleball in our performance studio over here?
Steve, I think he could even play right behind you.
You couldn't do it here. It's definitely too
We should
small.
do that.
Yeah.
We should get the
could-
pickleball stuff set
in our new performance area.
And
maybe
and do it live and see
can
how we
try it
do.
out.
Because it generates a great sound, not to neighbors living close to pickleball courts, but it's cool.
Oh, that's right.
By the way, MLP announced the biggest prize money ever for a 4-player team in May, a grand prize of $100,000 or $25,000 per head. For comparison, a pro tennis doubles player who wins the U.S. Open gets $344,000. So it's competitive.
That's substantial, yeah.
So we'll see. Let me see here. Oh, by the way, Variety reports that Stephen Colbert will host Pickled, a 2-hour celebrity pickleball tournament.
See?
Slated to air Thursday, November 17th on CBS.
All right, so let's corner it in the radio realm.
The contestants will include some of these people I don't know, by the way. Jimmy Allen, Murray Bartlett, Dierks Bentley,
Country star.
I've heard that one.
Jamie Camel, Will Ferrell,
Okay, he's a comedic actor.
Max Greenfield.
Okay, he was in Max Greenfield was he was in the with the
New Girl.
Zoe
The New Girl.
chick, yeah.
Thing.
All right,
Oh, New Girl?
Dave Chanel.
Luis Guzman, so he's great. Phil Keegan, Daniel Day Kim, Sugar Ray Leonard,
Wow.
Tig Notaro,
Daniel Day-Lewis.
no, June Diane Raphael, Kelly Rowland, Paul Scheer, Aisha Tyler, and Emma Watson.
Wow. A Harry Potter spin on this.
Yeah, so that's coming out on Thursday, November 17th. We'll see. We shall see.
Have you ever seen them play Quidditch, what they call Quidditch?
Yeah.
A little bit of it.
There's no flying.
No, there's, I'm sorry, but there's no
Well, you're
actual
cheating.
flying in it. So let's see here. A couple quick things. Trevor Noah set his exit date. The Daily Show host will end his time in the hot seat on Thursday, December 8th. Comes after the comedian surprised everyone, including his boss, Chris McCarthy, and his colleagues after announcing his departure during an afternoon taping on September 29th. And he didn't really have a plan at that point when he made the announcement. Well, it's finally been worked out, and he's got a couple of months left of hosting the show. The Daily Show will return on Tuesday, January 17th, with the company saying that additional details will be forthcoming.
You'll probably try out a few people in that chair.
Yeah, whether they've found a permanent host by then is unclear, or whether one of his trusted correspondents will fill in until they find a new host is unclear as well. But the show will host a celebratory look back at his greatest moments from December 5th, I believe is when that is. So
Was he a correspondent first on that show?
I don't think so.
No, he was
Okay.
kind of out of nowhere. I mean, Jon Stewart really liked him and gave the papal blessing. But, I mean, he was well-known internationally, but not very well-known here in
Okay.
the States. It was kind of an unknown hire when Jon Stewart brought him in.
And then one final thing, the inaugural class will be inducted into the Pennsbury High School Hall of Fame today.
Whoa.
And there's a few cool names that are going to be, including someone that we had on, I think it was last year we had him on, Richard Kind. Bing Bong
Yes.
from Inside Out and
yeah.
several other movies and TV shows.
He's friends with Michael Giacchino.
Class of 1974, Kathy.
Wow.
He'll be joined by a few other names that are definitely well-known. You have Robert Costa, class of 2004, Haley Jackson, class of 2002, Troy Vincent, class of 1988, and Mark Shellhammer, who was class of 1977. So I can give you a quick rundown of who's who if you want to know.
I'm not even kidding here at this point. I think it's okay to consider Kathy Romano. Right?
I don't know why she's not in the freaking inaugural class. Like, how could she not be?
She's currently...
I'm so mad for you.
Yeah. Wait, so this is the first?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first group of...
You should be in it.
Yeah, it's the inaugural... Hall of Fame.
You're a legend.
Okay, so then there must be, because
There's a mistake.
No, there must be a mistake here. I mean, no, what I was going to say
Clearly
is
an oversight.
There's got to be a Hall of Fame. I guess it is maybe for teachers or something, because I was a part of something for a teacher that was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this is for alumnus. So the Pennsbury High School Hall of Fame, located in the main office lobby at Pennsbury High School West, has been constructed to honor its inductees, like Robert Costa, who is the chief election and campaign correspondent for CBS News, where he covers national politics and American democracy. He's a regular on CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell, CBS Mornings, and CBS Popular Weekend program Sunday morning.
Kathy does our news.
Haley Jackson is the senior Washington correspondent for NBC News, covering the biggest stories from our nation's capital, and hosts the 3 p.m. hour of MSNBC Reports, as well as Haley Jackson Now on NBC News Now.
This is for first tier, Steve. These are all like national level.
But you worked at NBC as well.
Kathy, you're on an international level. People listen to you across the world.
Yeah.
And what we really need to do here is we need to change your title. We need to call you like the senior national correspondent.
Yes.
We need to steal every single word that is in their titles and put that in your title.
Who's the next loser on this list here?
Well, Richard Kind.
Oh, go Richard Kind is good.
Yeah,
We like him.
he was born in Trenton, later raised in Bucks County, where he graduated from Pennsbury in 1974. He's known for his work in sitcoms like Mad About You and Spin City. He was also showed up on 2.5 Men, and The Goldbergs, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. Movie credits include The Producers and Argo, amongst others. And, of course, he played Bing Bong. He voiced Bing Bong in Inside Out, Molt in A Bug's Life, and Van in Cars and Cars 2. He's also voiced characters on Dora the Explorer, The Penguins of Madagascar, and American Dad as well. And he's great. We love him.
Yeah.
And then Troy Vincent, class of 1998, and currently the executive vice president of football operations at the NFL.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many Super Bowls did he win? The same amount as Kathy, I think.
Okay. So we have to consider that too. Super Bowl's won.
I think you should be in this inaugural group.
In fact, Casey, not one person in here has won a single Super Bowl championship.
Yeah. It's true. If you're gonna have judging parameters.
As long as I get in before the Playboy Playmate, then I'll be good.
Oh, is there a Playboy Playmate?
There is, yeah. She graduated.
What's her name? What year?
Her name is Lindsay Vuolo, Vuolo.
Oh,
She
yeah.
went to school with my brother.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Did your brother date her?
No, I don't think so.
Nick, screw this Wikipedia crap. Pull up her pictures. I don't.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we actually had her on the show one time.
Did he ever play
Years ago, because she was a local girl who made it to Playboy.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember meeting her.
Well, if she was nice and came in and we had her on the show, then we support her as well. And Kathy, you've done Playboy.
But honestly, like,
Oh my God!
just snorted.
Did you ever?
Should I hold the champagne glass lower? Can I see my muff?
Oh my God! What? Did you see? She has no mouth. We know
Remember?
that. That's clear. Yes.
Well, but that's cool that they're doing that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So Richard Kind should be in town today. They're doing the ceremonies today.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Come
I
on.
didn't know about it until this morning, so.
Kathy, how could you let this go?
I didn't know about it.
No, yeah.
You know, I have his number. I'll text him.
For real, yeah. Yeah, see, that would be wonderful if we could get him on real quick.
Seriously.
All right, we got to do the clips, so let's go for it. The new documentary Cat Daddies is a portrait of 8 men whose lives were changed by their feline friends as they navigated the challenges of 2020. In this clip, director Mai Hong explains why she feels joy from watching men interact with cats.
It could come from the fact that I grew up with a very stern father and very, unemotional men in my family. I thought, why not make a movie about this?
This is tailor-made for you, Steve.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for it. It looks pretty cool. They're doing a ton of very interesting research on cats in Japan. And if you watch that Netflix special.
They mention it.
Yeah, it's coming out of Japan. But yeah, I love cats. I love dogs as
great.
well, but I'm a big softie for cats.
Cat Daddies comes out in theaters tomorrow. Here's the next clip. A gang initiation goes wrong when 4 recruits break into a house of terror in the new horror flick Bitch Ass.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, you had me at the title.
Here, actor Kelsey Caesar reveals his reaction to the title of the film. Here we go.
I remember when I got the script, personally, I was just kind of like, what the hell is this, bitch ass? But I thought it was funny because I'm like, kind of using your everyday language, especially when you're like talking down on somebody. So it made sense to me.
Yeah.
So would you call somebody like you bitch ass bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
There's
that.
a couple of there's been a steady streak of very good horror movies, inventive. Some are tongue in cheek. Some are like the Black Phone. Preston, I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I didn't see it. No.
Solid.
That was supposed to be freaky.
Well,
yeah.
for you especially, because I think it fires on a lot of Stephen King notes.
Okay.
That
Love
would
it.
appeal to you.
Nice. Well, Bitch Ass is out in theaters tomorrow, by the way. All right, that's it. That's the entertainment report for you this morning. We are going to take a break. We got several guests stopping by today with some cool events and activities that are taking place in our city. We'll tell you about that stuff a little bit later on. And we're going to do a prize blowout at some point, too. So we'll take a break and be right back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3.
Tell me yesterday, I'm going to bring it back to this. They were like, it was so enlightening to hear you guys talk about a female-based product, the menstrual cup, and not fart jokes and porn.
Here we are.
We're back.
And we just did it all.
Don't worry.
We did it all.
Absolutely.
Hey, this might be the perfect opportunity. All right, Marissa, I sent you guys this instructional video.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday. Did you watch it?
I heard you watching it in the office, and I could hear it, and I'm like, what? It's got to be some sort of sex toy or something.
So it's this bizarre product, and I sent it to all of you guys. And the subject line I used was instructional video. Please watch. Nobody got back to me. Like not one person responded to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
did I offend Marissa and Kathy? Well, I know I didn't offend Kathy because she was in the same room. But
That's a terrible feeling when you send out something you think, oh my God, did I cross the line?
Right.
And I wanted to watch it.
Is that
And you were making such a thing about it that I wanted to not be distracted.
Yeah.
And I never got around to it.
Marissa, see if you can grab the audio from that. And I don't know if it's fully, if we can play it or not. But there are specific body parts. I don't think it talks about insertion or anything like that. But it is this quote unquote massage piece of machinery that is one of the most involved looking things I've ever seen. If it's indeed made for it has to be.
Back
made for
here is the
pleasure.
carburetor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah. And it is there for pleasure, right? If you make it all the way through, okay, because things go in things and other things go in other things. And
There are some things that and we've talked. I remember one time we did. I think we were doing an appearance at maybe Brisquet's store or whatever when it existed, and there were things in there I would have thought were actually involved in construction that were that. There's no way that is a sexual thing.
But Kath, when we're talking about sending things to people, and I have done that, I've sent things to you, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then I go, oh wait, no, she has sent me the picture of that guy sitting on the on the side of his bed
with his giant penis.
with his giant thing hanging out. I'm like, okay, I think I might be safe here.
I love when they will insert. They will have like a dignitary at some meeting, like in Parliament, and they will insert that picture in one of the frames behind him.
Dude, the latest one, it was a COVID test.
Yep.
And I sent it to Kathy. I'm like, dude, I think it came back positive, and she's like, dude, I got this like 3 days ago.
I didn't say that. I sent you a screenshot of the text that Preston sent me
I had
that
already
said,
sent
I
it
think
to
I
her.
tested positive.
There was only one person I wanted to send that to, and that was Kathy. Yeah, listen, I bought Kathy for one of her birthdays, like a butthole polisher one time. Right?
Yeah,
I thought it was nice.
Right?
Yeah. So you can't cross the line with her.
No.
I don't think so.
No, there's. I don't. Yes, I don't get offended by anything. I don't think it's all funny, but I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I don't get offended if you get me a butt plug.
Like I've
Whatever.
lost. I traded in, and I've always said this. I say of offensive things all the time. I do not have the right to get offended. It's just it's my deal.
Right.
If I dish it out, I have to be able to take it.
Right.
But if Kathy ever wanted to get us fired,
Oh my God!
Jesus. Oh yeah, there's so much ammo. It's not even.
I mean, then all you have to do is
funny.
show the text from her on the phone. You'll be reinstated.
I will also
my mind.
I will also think of the time that you put a Sharpie in my butt crack, and you don't remember that, but I do. I'm
No.
like, yes.
Did I draw on your butt?
No. I was like bent over, and my crack was showing, and you were like, bloop.
Wow. Okay.
Do we have it over the audio?
No, I don't. Are you editing it?
It might have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's you don't need to. We don't need to hear all of it. It's just I want to get the tone of this guy that is doing the narration for it. That is actually the instruction. It's like he's being as serious as you can possibly be about it.
I love that.
And talking about this stuff that's just like
it's like these things. So we never play these fully, but
Dad, can I talk to you for a minute?
yeah.
There's a much longer piece of that. But I love.
What is the exact product?
I don't
it's
even
like a pleasure
know.
device. It's something you buy for, and
It's
there's
got to be extremely expensive
Yeah,
because it's super complicated.
I was curious as to what the cost was, but it's for the front and the back and the underneath.
Simultaneously?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
is
the
it
thing
like
that goes in the
a
back-
Sibian?
The thing that goes in the back, no, it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Is it a revolution in home entertainment?
I can't even explain it.
Okay, so remember when we were talking about packing a flounder before?
Yes,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So there's essentially this thing that packs a flounder for you, but it's there to stimulate things.
Oh.
So it,
okay.
But it's just wild that, like, Press, you talk about the narration, but like somebody also had to animate this.
Yes,
like,
there's a professional animator with it too. Here, I'll play some of it.
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager, all body parts in contact with the massager and the massager itself shall be fully cleaned.
Uh-huh.
After assembling the massager, lock the rear massage bar in the initial position, adjust the front massage bar to the maximum angle away from the body, and tie the belt at the waist.
There's a belt.
Smear the orange lubricant on the anus and surround.
You got to watch that one.
She missed that.
She missed that one.
That's okay.
I would say
The anus sensor. Yeah,
So
It is funny what we can and can't say because it's all technical terms.
it is.
You
But
know,
there are some. We get away with murder in so much.
And skin.
Yeah.
The surrounding skin of the perineum, thigh, inside, and all surfaces of massage head in contact with the skin uniformly.
Okay, that's all we're gonna play.
So initially when I saw the picture of it, I thought it was one of those office chairs that you sit in that doesn't have a back to it, but it's actually a device that you wear. You can wear standing up. There's a pin on it like a grenade.
I would need the instructions for this device. What the hell?
You have seen nothing like this. I want to get one of these in the studio. Do they have a price?
No, but I'll bet you it's a few $1,000s. Look at this.
So
Wait, I'm sorry.
See, that wraps around.
is that supposed to go over your Johnson?
Oh, yeah.
And then it goes up and
There
down.
you go.
Watching the animation. But what I can't figure out is the seat part of it.
The seat looks like a ski boot.
It does. It looks like a ski boot.
So you sit on a ski boot.
Hey,
while it.
Without looking behind you, Steve, who do you think is in the studio now?
Bill?
Yeah.
Of course.
He just came into the studio. He's shaking his head. He's
He
not
has
happy.
one of these.
It was his birthday on Sunday.
To clarify.
he's going to let us know the price.
What do those things cost, Bill?
You should get one that instead of a motorcycle seat.
Bill, honestly, have you ever seen anything like this in your life?
You know, I'm in my office last night, long after you've gone.
Right.
I listened to the Kathy Menstrual Cup segment because I missed it live.
Right.
What'd you think? It's pretty straight ahead, right?
No,
There was look. It's like, well, I actually looked up. It's been so long since we've talked about FCC and the liability of obscenity and all of that stuff. It hasn't been in the conversation. I looked up the definition again, and I think you guys are dancing on that line because it has something to do with sexual or excretory activities and organs, which is what
There's nothing sexual about it. I mean, it's all
it deals with
biological, if anything.
It deals with a sexual organ.
Right. Yeah, like a Wurlitzer.
By my by Kathy's very apt description of what that does. Anyway, and you're doing this today. I'm like, I dumped the lubricant on the thing.
Yes, which we would only.
I got you.
Our agreement with you is always we'll swing for the fences and you excise what you think is appropriate.
People are wondering what the name of it was. They're going to play the beginning. Just it says the name of this.
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager,
Shinfly full coverage men's massager.
So I need to imagine, because so much of this is written and appears to be in Mandarin, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an Asian product, I believe. But it's got subtitles, which brings us full circle to the conversation we started.
Says great for dads and grads.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So today's discussion just kind of brought me back to those good old days where we're really working the dump buttons. But
good.
Yeah. So
by
maybe
the way,
a Preston and Steve logo in the merch shop, in the rock shop. We could make some money on this.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
and you could be the narrator. Bill's a great narrator, by the way.
Yeah.
He does wonderful narration.
I get all.
Wait, hang on. Let me sell.
all body parts in contact with the massager and the massager itself shall be fully cleaned.
I think you're better than this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want from me. Santa's got to go.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Santa's got to go. All right, so you need to see this thing. You need to do a search on the. Hold on, what was the name of it?
I mean, it'd be easier to go out and get a girlfriend.
Yes,
by far.
Just putting this thing on, just all the straps and hooks. And various things you need to put together to put this thing on your body is more work than going out and trying to get an actual relationship.
And what do you think? It's like, you're at the office. Can I come in? No!
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager,
Shinfly full coverage men's massager. Marissa?
We're sharing it on all of our social media
Okay.
accounts,
All right.
so
You
can
got to
find the
see
link
this
there.
thing. There's nothing full-on graphic
No,
about
everything
the
is,
animation, but I mean, it's
suggested.
It's certainly suggested, but I've never seen anything like this product before.
I mean, there has to come a point about 3 minutes into using it where you just feel like the lowest scum on earth.
Or you finally found the
euphoric.
greatest thing
Yeah.
that's been created by man.
Honey, I want a divorce.
Wow. Okay. All right. Eddie Vedder is heading out on the road tomorrow night in support of his new solo set, Earthling. Vedder kicks off a 9-date run at New York City's Beacon Theater, although he played a surprise show last night, right, Nick?
He did, yeah. He was in a place just outside of New York City, and the Earthlings were with him, and that's Chad Smith and Josh Klinghoffer and a few other guys. And so there's a whole bunch of songs that I've never heard of that he did last night. And then, tomorrow night at the Beacon Theater, and then Friday night at the Beacon Theater. And I will be attending Friday night show.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
While chatting with the New York Times, the Pearl Jam frontman recalled discussing his and the band's career with U2's Bono, who had very specific opinions and advice for Vedder.
What do you think about baloney?
He does.
I like it.
He recalled saying, I've had a conversation with Bono back in the day. He was suggesting that we needed to work harder and that you didn't want rock and roll to become a niche. And he said that when U2 makes a record, it's like they've got a racehorse and they don't want the horse to in the race. They want to win the race. And I said, we race the horse and then we let the horse run free. He said, I wasn't trying to
be honest, I don't know what you're talking about.
He said, I wasn't trying to be clever. That was the truth. And he was frustrated with me.
Do me a favor and put this device on. I think you're going to enjoy it. What is it? This part here goes over your manhood. This thing that looks like a ski boot rests just behind your nutsack. Now do a deep knee bend. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I see what you mean. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
His voice gets even shakier.
There you go.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Isn't that something? It's crazy.
You had to have heard our earlier discussion in order to understand exactly what we're referring to. But the video is now on our social media if you want to see.
I call this part the everlasting bum stopper.
Oh, my God. Hang on. I can't see the copy here.
And the video's back up again.
It's just such a clunky looking thing.
It is. There's no way to describe it.
Okay. No, you may not want to eat for this next segment that we're going to do.
Oh, man.
Okay. Kathy told us last night on a little phone call, and she prefaced this by saying, I want to share something with you guys. And she says, because we're family and we can talk about these things.
By the way, Casey was not on the call at this point, so this is going to be a surprise for Casey.
I go, what did I just walk into? And you guys said, you just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah. So you want to try something out, I believe?
Do. Yeah, I want to try something out. And when I say we're family, I mean us in the room and everyone that listens to the show.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm going to try a menstrual cup.
Oh, my
menstrual cup.
Wow.
Yeah, a cup. I'm so surprised.
A cup.
Me too.
And in no small part, because your reaction anytime Preston has ever brought this up is just complete revulsion. And
That's
so,
what
like,
we thought.
The fact that you're coming around on it, and I've heard a
Shoutouts just
lot.
to get these out of the way. This says, hey, it's Mike from Oxford. My wife Katie and I celebrating our 20th anniversary on September 14th.
Got it.
Month later. She introduced me guys a few years ago, and now I listen to your podcast every day while out delivering for UPS, and we enjoy talking about whatever happened on the show, inside jokes. I'm also a huge Fish fan.
Oh. Hey, I like them.
Been to over 100 shows since the 90s, so I love hearing Casey talk about them once in a while. But my wife and I are especially big fans of Steve's wit. I even snuck in on her phone and put his yoo-hoo and whoo as a ringtone and text tone when I call. And I have it on my phone too, and get a laugh every time she calls. So he'd like to request a shout out if we don't mind,
Absolutely.
please. His beautiful bride of 20 years. That's from Mike Hughes. Here's another one. It says, hey, my name is Rosario Piston, and I'd like a shout out for my mom and her twin sister. It is their 47th birthday. Julie Keller and Jen Roth. So here you go. It's a shout out for you. And then there's another one, a little late with this. Shout out for my wife, Ann, on the 6th. We'll be married 10 years, man.
10 years.
And we both listen every day. And she
10 years, man. 10.
takes it a step further by downloading the podcast to catch things that she misses while on calls. And she's a bit behind. I think she made it through Christmas Miracle 2021.
Okay.
I'd asked her about in the past what kind of shout out she would like. So if possible, could she get a corn shout out? And
that's all you, Case.
Says, have a good flight, you crumb bum. That is from Sean in Aston, Delco. So I don't know if we have that available or not. If we don't worry about it.
I got it. I
Do a
mean, only
regular
if you
shout
want
out.
it, though.
Yeah, we want it.
We want it?
If it's accessible.
Okay.
All right, that's a corn shout out. Absolutely.
We are so talented.
So Richard Kind will be calling us. It was a last-second edition, literally in the last commercial break, that we're going to get him on. Great actor, very, very nice guy. We've had him on before, and he's being inducted into the Pennsbury Hall of Fame, so we'll get to that in just a moment. In the meantime, there's a couple other things I could chat about. Steve, you sent me this article over, which is kind of interesting. Netflix is considering setting up shop at the Jersey Shore with a massive production complex.
Oh, really? Where?
Isn't that crazy? It is a 300-acre plot of land in, Eatontown and Oceanport.
You guys familiar with that?
Oh, I think Oceanport is further north.
Yeah, it says 80 miles from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So
it's right around the corner.
It's got to swing a little
Eatontown
further
is
north.
near Long Branch.
Okay.
Where's Long Branch?
Monmouth, North
It's 80
Shore.
miles from Eatontown.
Not too far from the city, like Red Bank, that area.
All right, so that makes more sense.
Kind of doesn't count.
It sucks.
I guess. The deal's not final yet, and Netflix did not publicly announce the amount of its bid for the property. But the site is formerly housed the Fort Monmouth Army Base, which was closed in 2011.
And I'm not familiar with the area, but like a lot of those beach towns are not like our beach towns in that, it's like influx of vacationers and visitors all during summer. Like it's more, they live there year round.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. it has less a resortish,
Right,
kind of
right.
Yeah,
Well,
not vacation homes.
Yeah, so I'm looking here at Ocean Township, Long Branch. It doesn't look like there are any barrier islands.
Yeah.
Which is what all of the South Jersey Shore is essentially.
It's
Those
funny.
are all just barrier islands.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same state, not that far away, but the beaches are different. When you get, I mean, like geographically, geologically, they're different than they are in South Jersey. It's just kind of bizarre to see it not that far away be that different.
You know, it always occurred to me that, it's a great area. Obviously, M. Night Shyamalan thinks so for doing things here. And we do have the movie studios, but we don't get a dramatic influx of people that we can access because, as you've said, when they're here, they're working, and they don't like them to go.
Yeah, they don't do interviews while they're working, so it kind of sucks. So we'll always hear that so-and-so's in town working on a project, and we can't get them. But if they're being inducted to the Hall of Fame, then we can get them.
Yeah. Yes.
That's why we're going to have Richard Kind on in a moment.
I mean, we try to throw around the Kathy went to Pennsbury and will eventually be inducted into their Hall of Fame thing, but it doesn't.
International traffic correspondent.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what? Next week, we're going to have Rian Johnson in. He's a director, did Knives Out and one of the Star Wars movies, and I want to ask him about that. Because, he would probably have, firsthand.
Maybe keys to crack the code, to break the system?
Yeah. I mean, because, he is a director on these major films. And,
he likes us.
And he does like us.
He really likes us.
But I want to ask him about that.
All right.
Okay. Well, Netflix is looking to maybe pull something up on the East Coast, which would be pretty cool.
It would be great,
Something nearby.
Give us more people to not have access to.
Speaking of the East Coast, I took a look at, it was AccuWeather is taking a look at their long-range winter forecast.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what are we hearing?
So it says here, and I'll give you, I condensed it down because it was pretty lengthy. It said a wave of chilly air swept across the Northeast and Midwest just in time for the arrival of astronomical autumn, which started on September 22nd. But the arrival of astronomical winter on December 21st may not start in similar fashion. Residents across the Northeast and Midwest will experience a few winter previews in November and December as waves of cold air dive down from Canada. But the biggest blast of cold air will hold off until later in the winter.
So we're talking cold air. What are we talking about in the way of snow? Any guesses?
They're saying it's probably going to be fairly average for us.
All right.
Maybe just a tick more. But from what I read, it's not going to be like an overwhelmingly bad snowy winter. Now that's, you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yes,
it's a long range.
They often get it wrong. However, if it could actually snow in and around the Cardboard Classic this year,
yes,
that would be sensational.
Well, they're saying later in the season.
Yeah,
so,
there we go.
All right.
Thank you, AccuWeather.
And I read that the's like a double La Nina phase that's going to be happening.
Double La Nina.
I don't know exactly what that means. So. So the clash of cold air with lingering warmth could spark an out-of-season severe weather event in the Midwest and Ohio Valley late in November or December. The atmospheric ingredients will also be present to generate some early season snow, but this will not be an indicator of how the entire winter will play out, but instead the start of a bookend winter in terms of fall. So we're going to get a little in terms of snowfall. So we should get some early snow and then late snow. And the middle of winter is probably not going to be overly harsh as far as snow is concerned. So,
and we're currently in a double secret La Nina.
Yeah, double secret La Nina right now. So they said the lake effect snow will be less prolific in the eastern Great Lakes, including around Buffalo, Erie, and Cleveland. Outside of the region, New England is the only one with the areas east of the Rocky Mountains where snowfall could end up being above normal.
All right.
That's cool.
Listen, I know the snow is fine on Friday afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yep.
It's Monday morning or Sunday night.
Yep.
That sucks.
The moment that it starts to interfere with the commute, forget it. I don't want to be a part of it.
And by the way, how do kids perceive snow now that the plan is to not give them snow days?
I just had a long conversation with somebody about this and how they were saying that that they need to look at it as they're not going to have to tack on days at the end of the school year. And in reality, they're still getting a snow day. They're staying home most of the time. The person couldn't speak for all school districts, but for most of the time, kids are going to be done by like noon.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to get their work. They're going to finish it. And then you're going to have plenty of time to go outside after lunch, play in the snow.
And romp in the snow.
Do the whole snow day, but still get out at a decent time in June and not have to go all the way through June and almost to July because you had so many snow days.
All right.
Yep. So I guess they get it, Speaking of kids, I did see this. Adults seem to prefer children who tell white lies over harsh truths, according to a Texas State University study.
You're a bum.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
You're a bum.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You're a 5-year-old bum.
Researchers showed adults videos of children being honest or lying in various situations and found adults preferred a kid who would tell a harmless lie over brutal honesty.
What?
Because they can be brutally honest.
Did you, on a complete side note, did you see the footage of that daycare center where kids who weren't following the instructions, they put on horrific
Halloween masks
and
scared them.
Scared the living hell out of
I saw
kids.
the headline for that, but I did not read
kids
the story.
were bursting into tears.
Babies, and they had like a scream mask on and like scary stuff.
Dude, I remember, so my dad, and this was pre-kindergarten, we had at our house some kind of like, it was a mask. It was like a Neanderthal mask. Like a messed up, caveman, scary.
Mickey Rourke.
Evil, Mickey Rourke looking thing. And he put that thing on and did to me like that. It terrified my soul.
How old were you?
I was probably 3 years old, something like that. And I mean, and that mask was hung up somewhere in our garage, and I couldn't even go in there.
Wow,
I couldn't even go in the same room.
Yeah,
it terrified me. Yeah, it's probably why I still don't like haunted houses and things like that.
Or Neanderthals.
Yeah. So we're looking at So it was a mask like this. We found some Neanderthal masks. Ooh. But you can't do that.
No,
man. That's a
scar the kids for life.
Where was this?
That age.
Was it in this area?
I forget, Kathy. Do you remember where it was?
Oh, I was about to say it was in my garage. What are you thinking?
You know what? I believe it was in this area, but I'm not sure. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah. It's horrifying footage. The poor kids are bursting into tears.
Well, that's too bad. Yeah. They get into a little bit of trouble for that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
Okay,
we're watching some of the footage here right now.
Mississippi.
Okay, so that's here.
So they put a mask in there. And they were doing this as punishment?
Yes, because the kids weren't listening to...
Yeah.
They fired them.
Yeah. Okay. Probably a good idea. Speaking of which, I got an email from a guy this morning, and he sent me video of his house, and he has a laser projection show on the outside of his house.
Wow!
It's really cool
for Halloween.
Yeah, so he can make it look like, and it rotates through all these scenes, like the house is on fire or there's blood dripping from everything. I'm like the entire outside of the home. He's projecting it onto.
Did he set it up or did he purchase it pre-done?
I emailed him and I wanted to find out. Where'd you get this equipment? How'd you do this? And so I'll wait to. For him to get back to me, but he's in Broomall, Marple Township.
Oh, very nice.
Well, that's my hood.
And he said he's doing this at his house every Wednesday through Sunday night, 7:30 to 10:30, and every Friday and Saturday night we'll be giving out free gifts for the kids who come by.
Aw, that's great.
This Friday night will be free light up finger light LEDs, and Saturday will be free candy. The following weekend is undecided what we will.
I want to
hand
get
out.
fingered.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Get the free fingered thing.
Oh, okay. You're calling it that. Okay. Did he give me his address or anything? No. He just said the weekend before Halloween, we want to bring crowds to the backyard for free marshmallow roasting giveaways and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. So anyhow, that's from Brian Smith, who checked in somewhere in Broomall. But that is pretty cool. Yeah, it looked like he spent a pretty penny on it.
Some people have been doing some very competitive. I love to see people throw up some Halloween deck, even just a bare bones effort, no pun intended.
Yeah,
will look fun. It just makes it more enjoyable.
I wonder if it might lead to like the great Christmas light fight.
They do them.
For Halloween stuff.
They don't do it on the level that I think ABC is the one that does it, but there are other networks that do the Halloween decoration battle.
Right. Okay. But this guy, there aren't many roads in Broomall. Just go to Broomall and just start driving around. You'll probably find it. Yeah. Okay. Also, there is a place in Delco in Drexel Hill on Drexel Avenue. It's on the corner of Drexel and Bloomfield Avenue. Actually drove past it the other day. Dude, they do a whole crazy setup. They have a Hearst out there, like on their it's
Did you say a Hearst?
A Hearst? Is it Hearst?
Hearst was a newspaper man.
He might be out there.
No, Patty Hearst is she's there like, hi, everybody. Hey.
I was briefly with the Symbionese Liberation Army.
Yeah.
So she's there greeting everybody next to a hearse. But they have a crazy setup at that intersection. And then also Merchantville in New Jersey is now Monsterville.
I love that.
Yeah, so you can just kind of go there and walk around and enjoy yourself.
Halloween attractions. And my house is done up nicely.
And then
I'm in Mount Airy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Just drive around. You'll find.
Well, I was just kind of killing some time until Mr. Kind called us. But
Listen, he's a busy man. He's receiving a major award.
He
Preston.
is.
Yeah.
He's getting into the Hall of Fame.
I believe he's still going to be able to call us in this break. So,
Okay, good.
Or we just keep talking and going through some some
You know, we
stories
could
here.
do a row your boat.
No,
that
we're
can
not
go
going
on
to
for
do
quite a
We're not
while.
going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Hey,
We're not going to do
Kathy.
that.
Yeah.
You want to hear something that's going to piss you off?
Oh no, what?
You know what high school boys, actually girls too, are wearing to school these days?
What?
Pajama pants. That's what they wear to school.
Yeah, like the fleece ones.
Yeah.
Like the real big.
She's like.
So I saw the swim team at our swim club. They were, I guess that's a swim team thing, and all the girls wear them. So I saw them wear. It was 100 degrees out, and they had these big fleece pajama pants on. But it was a swim team thing. I didn't realize it was going to school.
Is that not against the dress code?
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with
public
that.
School?
Yeah. Well,
Public
dress
school,
code.
sure.
Yeah.
Public school. I'm sure they can wear them, right? I don't
All
think
right.
it's not revealing in any way. I mean,
Can you
if
wear
I
big
was
sleeping caps with the ball on the end of it?
if I was principal, I'd say go home and take your pajamas off. But
Kath, I noticed it at my gym because after, like, at a certain point, Haverford High School lets out, and a lot of those guys will come down. And I said something to my wife, and I'm like, these guys are all wearing pajama pants to the gym. She goes, oh, yeah. And she said, dude, that's what they wear to school, because she drops the kids off at the bus at Marple. And she's like, they're all going into school wearing pajama pants.
I would love that.
I know.
you know what else I noticed too, and I don't know if it's past this trend, but the snowboarders at at least locally at the slopes were wearing like footy pajama zip ups. Like that was their outerwear.
Were they wearing that over?
Yeah, like whatever
their ski pants or whatever.
Correct, like whatever they would wear to snowboard.
Cool.
They would wear the zip ups. Yeah, they would have like all kinds of characters, and they would wear full on zip ups.
Interesting. Well, I would love pajama pants to be standard or
for
accepted.
the corporate world.
Oh my God,
We
Oh,
honestly
be the
get away
best.
with murder, though.
Oh yeah.
What we.
But how did the
That's
trend
stupid.
start? Like,
I think, Case, and listen, this
It was
is
at
just
one of the presidential inaugurations.
I could be wrong, but that's what I was saying. I think it started from that.
From that?
From the swim teams.
Oh, okay.
Because those kids have been wearing those pants. Like that's the thing. After I guess you're chilly after you swim. You get out. You put those like big thick PJ pants.
What
on.
about the UGG slippers that everybody started wearing as like regular just footwear? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
the
do.
slide-on
It's like being at the red carpet at Pennsbury.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they're doing the fashion report.
I didn't even get invited to the red carpet.
I don't know if there is a red carpet. I think Steve just made that up.
I mean, you are the national news correspondent here. Don't you think somebody should have let you know?
All right. Well, I believe Marissa's chit-chatting with the inductee and is going to put him on hold because we're going to talk to him. So, yeah, I'd mentioned this earlier. I saw the story this morning that the Pennsbury high school is inducting their inaugural run of the Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
And there's some cool names in there. And we saw Richard's name, and Nick reached out to him, and so we're going to have him on. But let me play a clip from Inside Out as Bing Bong. You got to hear this.
And remember your rockets.
Of course, it runs on song power.
That's right, your theme song. Who's your friend who likes to play?
Bing bong, bing bong.
What makes you yell?
Richard Kahn to the show. Richard, good morning.
Hall of Famer. Well, in a couple of hours.
Oh, yes, not yet. Yes, about to become Hall of Famer.
And presently, I'm on West End Avenue, going to Fairless Hills.
Ah, okay.
So if I go into the Lincoln Tunnel, and I get caught off from you guys,
Oh, okay.
just sing for a little while.
We will.
So he's coming from New York down this way. I'm sure we've had this conversation before, Richard, but where did you grow up in Bucks County?
I was from Yardley.
Yardley. Oh, okay.
I was born in Trenton. We moved to Yardley, and my dad had a store in Princeton, New Jersey.
Ah.
Okay.
And you graduated Pennsbury in 74?
Stop it.
Hey, Richard, were the proms a big deal when you were there?
I gotta tell you, I've read Wonderland. I actually know the author very well. They were not as depicted in the book.
Okay.
However, you know who played at my prom?
Oh, no.
Wait till you hear this.
Oh, no. Who?
B.B. King and
What?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Are you what?
No
B.B.
way.
King?
That's insane.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that insane?
Yes, that would be a bill you'd pay. You'd pay big money to see it. That's the high school entertainment.
That was our high. Look, I guess at the time, at 74, Rodney Dangerfield was doing what he was doing. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he hadn't hit his fame yet. You know, the great fame. And Chuck Berry may have been down on his luck, or you never know where. Look, I know what it's like. The things you have to take. And the crap you have to eat. You know, you make a buck.
So did Rodney do...
That year it was Pennsbury High School. That's the crap you had to
That's the crap was Pennsbury.
So did Rodney do a stand-up routine for your class?
No, he taught ballet.
I didn't know.
So, Preston, forever, Pennsbury proms have been, I mean, there's the whole dance aspect of it, but there's like, they had a whole other room, the auditorium, because it was held at the school, at least when I went there, and now it's held at the school. So in the auditorium is all different kinds of entertainment. We had a hypnotist come out.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Rodney was probably in the auditorium doing a show.
But that's a great story.
That's exactly right. Now, do I remember seeing him? He wasn't Rodney Dangerfield at the time.
Right.
I probably did see him. All I remember is everything being blue because it really was. I think the theme was By the Sea or something like that.
By the Sea is a classic theme.
Yeah.
And that was my theme.
And I think it's the theme from I think it's Back to the Future, but I'm not sure.
Enchantment Under the Sea is
Yes,
what that was.
Enchantment Under the Sea. Yeah.
Under the Sea, something like that.
Richard, were you involved in the drama department at Pennsbury?
I was in forensics in the drama department, which, we did a play or two a year. We always did a musical. And, and I always did. But I was not supposed to be an actor. I was supposed to be a lawyer and take over my dad's store, which is a jewelry store. And his best friend, one afternoon we're all watching football, and he said, go try acting before you go to law school. Try it out. Because you'll kick yourself when you're 40. You'll resent your wife. You'll resent your children. So, hey, he was right. And 1 year turns into two into Hall of Fame.
Well, that's sage advice. Also, and you don't have any regrets. Now, you went with, looking at the information here, fellow actor Robert Curtis Brown. Is that correct?
I did. He was only Rob Brown at the time. And one of the teachers told me, a lovely man, I've seen him at various events. By the way, I'm going into the tunnel now.
All right.
Okay, we might lose you.
We've got a song ready.
Yeah, okay. But he said, you don't have the looks that Hollywood wants like Rob does. So, try it. But, the chances are it's a tough business. And I was lucky. And Rob is a great actor. He was, he was Tony in West Side Story.
Right.
He was, I think he was King Arthur. To Audrey Heffernan. Now, Audrey Heffernan is an actress and a wonderful actress now too. Still an actress, but her husband is Danny Meyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, started.
Okay, we're losing.
Are you losing me?
We're starting to lose you a little bit, but keep going. I think we're good.
Okay, all right. I haven't crossed that line that I used to get excited about that said New Jersey. Okay. So we got Audrey, and then there's quite a few more that really have gained fame. One of them, who's the one on Grey's Anatomy? Isn't she on Grey's Anatomy? Went to Pennsbury?
So Preston, you have the list. You have the list right there. Can you read it for?
I don't have it any longer.
Oh, okay.
Away.
Yeah, there were there were from some notables. We did not see someone from Grey's Anatomy, but who's being inducted? It's 5 people. Is that the case?
Is it 5? Now let me tell you what I turned down today because they asked me about 8 months ago if I would do this. I said, well, of course, I'm honored, and I'm so honored.
Yeah.
last Thursday, I was asked to be in a TV show with Edie Falco, Pete Davidson, and Joe Pesci.
Oh. And
yes.
you're turning that down.
And I'm doing the show East New York already, so this would have been, I would have had to get up. But I was going to guest on that show, and I turned them down because I had promised these people that I would be there.
Oh, is that the Bupkis show?
It's very nice. It's called Bupkis.
Yeah.
And it'll be great. And I can't believe I turned it down.
Let me promote something that you're in that we all want to watch because we reported on. Preston was reporting on this story over the years. That miniseries, The Watcher, based that bizarre ongoing story.
I saw The Watcher. I saw the first episode at the premiere last night. It's great. It's eerie. It's scary. It's actually a little funny because you're sort of. The tension is so great, you sort of want to laugh, and it's just terrific.
Well, the thing is, you hear something like that, and you think, okay, well, that's come out of the mind of some Hollywood writer, but it is based on a true story, and as the true story started to go along, it became even more insane. So, we're definitely looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's very good. And again, please, because I love my show. It's on Sunday nights on CBS, and it's a cop show, and I get to be dramatic and be a cop, and it's terrific. It's called East New York, and Jimmy Smits is in it. It's just wonderful.
East New York.
Very excellent.
East New York. And we're the highest rated new show of the season.
Excellent.
It's just a great, it's NYPD Blue for today.
And Jimmy Smits is in that, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
I know I just mentioned his name.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Richard, I always like talking to people that have been on, and especially when they have recurring roles on Curb Your Enthusiasm. You play Cousin Andy on Curb several times. What is that experience like? Is it just riffing? I mean, did they hand you any script, or you just kind of come in and kind of do what Larry wants to do per episode?
You're glossing over a very unusual process. He writes a very detailed scenario, almost like a short story. It's about 18 pages in length, 12 to 18 pages. So you know exactly what's going on in the scene. And when you know where you are and who you are and what the problem is, you then make up the words or improvise the words that you might say in that scene. And if it's funny, if you say funny things, that's good. The scene is funny. And it all adds up to even funnier, and that's what it is. But it's not called ad-lib, because ad-lib is just, a set script where you put in a line that, just one line. This is all improvised, and you don't riff, because that's like just going, whoa, what do we do?
Right.
Sometimes we do riff, and it's if you're lucky, you get a good product at the end. And if you're unlucky, they cut together a good product.
No.
Yeah. So we need to ask you as well about Inside Out 2. We assume Bing Bong is returning. What's the status of your...
let me put it this way. We are two very different people. I assume that Bing Bong is not returning.
Really?
I'm good friends with Pete Docter. And he might... I'm shocked to hear... I can't believe I'm saying this out loud because I haven't said this to anybody. But he hasn't called me to say I'm in it. He hasn't called me to say I'm not in it.
So we was doing the research on taking a look at a few things. I see this phrase pop up constantly. Fan favorite Bing Bong.
Oh yeah,
it'd be crazy to not include that character.
Well, Angela Lansbury is everybody's favorite, but she's dead.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point.
It is a good excuse.
Spoiler! Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Inside Out or the newspaper.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a great character. It's one of the shining moments of my life was the pride that I had to be in that movie. It was because I think it's such a great movie. It was a great part. My demise is spectacular.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I'm Christ.
You are the Christ figure of Inside Out.
I would see a hard time, as much as I absolutely love that character, I would see a hard time at coming back into the next one. But you never know. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can make it happen.
You can do an origin story.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Hey, so the event today, Richard, what time are you scheduled to have the this ceremony take place?
I think I'm having breakfast with the superintendent. See, all these things, when you're a child, to meet the superintendent, to go into the vice principal's office, these are scary things.
Yeah.
And I'm an adult, and I'm scared.
It's true. You never lose it. I'm sure it's the same sort of zeal of seeing the teacher's lounge. Like, what's that like?
Well, did you see the teacher's lounge when you were a kid?
No.
No, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You can take advantage of your now inductee status and demand to see it.
I'm going to use the teacher's bathroom.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Do you remember?
And I wonder. I'm sure that there will be 1, 2, or 3 teachers who might come back, but when you consider my age, and they were 10 to 15 to 20 years older than me at the time.
Right.
That a lot of them were teachers because they escaped the war.
Yeah.
Well, they go. So listen, the odds are, the fact that you're going to be back there where you went to high school and had all of these formative years is something pretty amazing. So,
It's great.
Yeah, and just relish it. And if you can, put in a good word for Kathy Romano here on the show because she is a graduate as well.
Kathy, were you a good student?
I was, yeah.
And was Miss Hollahan there at the time?
Oh, she had been dead for 30 years at that point.
No, I don't remember her.
Okay, she was terrifying.
Oh, my God.
6 feet tall. She was 6 feet tall. She had eyebrows that were put on by thick magic markers.
No, I don't know.
I worked as hard in that class as I did in any college class, and she knew how formidable she was. She would wear these caftans and these scarves like she was a hawk, and she would wear high heel shoes. She was easily 6'4" with the heels and everything.
Wow. That's nightmarish. Yeah.
It was nightmarish, and it was the best class I ever had.
There you go. See?
Wow.
So
I remember a lot of my teachers. Mr. Kelly,
I had Mr. Kelly.
Mr. Kelly was one of my dear friends.
Oh.
Yeah. I loved him.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great.
I really, a lot of people had lousy times in high school. It's famous for having lousy times, wherever you go. Not me. I had a great time.
So
good for you.
Yeah.
Same.
I was too stupid to have a bad time.
That's me exactly.
Listen, this is not false praise. I'm going to say, looking at the list of luminaries, I would have to say, and not that you would look for this, but you're at the top of this list. I think you're the most productive with the most accomplished career.
I hope I get it. Then I should get a special award.
I think so. Yeah.
I do not think that I am the most luminous,
right?
Because I am sure that there are others who exceed and excel in their field much more than I excel in my field. I'm just in front of millions of people doing what I do. I am sure there are much, much, much better people,
Richard,
who do what they do.
When was the last time you were back in that building?
It hasn't been that long ago.
Okay.
I'd say, I mean, a few years, certainly before COVID.
Okay.
4 or 5 years, maybe.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I've the last time I was in high school was when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
For tomato pies.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right.
Did they serve pretty good food?
Have you ever been to Di Lorenzo's?
Di Lorenzo's?
Kathy?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Oh, Richard?
We lost him.
Oh, he's there.
Hey, you're back. We lost you for just a second. Yeah, Kathy's definitely been to Di Lorenzo's.
I blame Newark for that.
We can blame a lot on Newark.
Haven't you?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
Di Lorenzo's tomato pies. They're
Yes.
in Fairless, Yardley, and also in Robbinsville. And if that doesn't get me a free pizza, I don't know.
Well, they definitely heard it this morning, so head on over there and pick up your complimentary pie.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But every Friday after Thanksgiving, I meet my 2 or 3 best friends from Pennsbury and their families for the past 20 years, and we go there for lunch.
Oh, nice.
I wish I did something like that. Can I be part of this group?
I know, it's one of the great traditions of my life.
Yeah.
I've seen everybody's kids grow up. It's astounding.
It's very important to have those things. That's really that's the spice of life, those relationships
really
and those bonds that you forge. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to get you on and say congratulations, and very happy that you're receiving this honor, and just thanks for checking in and talking to us for a little bit.
I want to thank you for keeping me up while I drive. I really want to be asleep right now.
Well, we're doing it for public safety.
Well, that's one of the big benefits of the Lincoln Tunnel is that even if you fall asleep, the tunnel guides you out the other end.
It's a great shot.
Thank you, Richard. Congratulations, and we appreciate you. Thank you. Richard Kind, guys. Take care. He is now in the Hall of Fame at Pennsbury High School. He's awesome.
That's great.
Man. That is too funny, and I'm glad you asked him about the Curb Your Enthusiasm about because there are a lot of shows that or movies that have an improv quality to them, but there's got to be a fair amount of structure. I've never heard it put quite that way, that they did a lot.
Yeah.
That Larry did a whole lot of structure. It's just the dialogue was left up to you.
Yeah, the description of the scene, I've actually seen, I forget where I saw it, maybe one of the trade journals, but they showed the scene. It is structured, as you say, Preston, and then they're providing the dialogue. Even cues as to whatever the guest star is reacts negatively.
Right.
And that's what you're getting.
Right. I think we're going to give 5 points to Bucksco for that. I think Bucks County definitely deserves a little love because that's a pretty cool little
5 points
in the cap.
Bucksco
To Pennsbury High School in Bucks County.
Oh, my God.
So what?
It's tied.
Is it tied now?
Those 5 points have propelled Bucksco into a tie with Delco.
That score's wrong. Delco has 105 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your score's
That's
wrong.
an outdated.
That's incorrect.
Outdated score.
Website needs to be updated.
It's 95 Bucksco, Delco 105.
Okay.
So now
a
it's
helicopter needs to crash land in Bucks
And
County.
people get saved, especially kids.
And then we're going to have, then you're going to
Right.
take.
We need to have a pilot that's not from that county and get points.
Yeah, kind of like how you and Richard are both not from Bucks County. You're from New York. He's from New Jersey. Neither of you live there anymore. These are
all salient points.
They are.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have about 10 more seconds and your opportunity to win $1,000. I want to wait till it is officially 8 o'clock. And we ended up dragging that out a little bit because Richard was so great to talk to.
That's so cool.
All right. We now are able to do this. Here we go.
Here it is. MMR's. Yoo-hoo loot. Now, listen up. Here's your keyword.
All right. The word is contest, which is exactly what this is. CONTEST, contest. And you have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. There are 3 ways to do it. You can text to the special contest short code number we have, which is 45911. Or you can enter it via the MMR app or at WMMR.com. One random entry wins $1,000 in our company-wide contest. Each winner will get a call from Beasley, so make sure that you answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com, and it is sponsored by Horizon Services. So the word again is contest. Enter that right now. Am I giving this away?
Yeah.
While you put this here?
Yes, sir.
All right, while you're doing that, it should take you only a second to enter that, but I have tickets to the Philly Burger Brawl.
Oh, my God.
Caller number 18, you'll be able to go to the event Sunday, October 23rd, Xfinity Live. Enjoy unlimited samples of burgers from over 60 of the area's leading restaurants and chefs, and live music and activities all day. Tickets are on sale now. You can go to WMMR.com. Use the keyword burger. Proceeds benefit both Philly Parks and Rec at-risk teen initiative and the School District of Philadelphia's after-school programming. And today we're getting burgers from Loco Pez.
Ooh.
They're in Fishtown, Graduate Hospital, and West Philly. And so we'll get some burgers in here and tell you about them in a little bit. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. I don't know nothing about menstrual
Right, yes.
and all that. but it seems antiquated to me.
Well, so I think it's becoming a little more popular because they're saying that there's benefits to it. It's safer than wearing a tampon. It holds more, so you can go throughout the day, without having to change it. It's better for the environment, things like that.
Okay, so when you're saying it holds more, are we talking like a quart or what?
Well, Steve, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know, and that's part of my issue. I wanted to. I'm hoping that Mother Nature, the flow, kind of goes along, and I get it on the weekend because I'd love to try it, not having to come to work.
Well, isn't that a big? Well, you had mentioned in passing last night that was one of the things they mentioned. Don't take your first cup out for a spin while you're going into work.
Yeah, so apparently, yeah. So I'm on a group text with my girlfriends, and
the cuppers.
I think that 3 out of the 3 out of the 5 of us use it, and they were like raving about it. Go for it. No, you have to. Here's the one I use. Here's the one I use. There's different options out there. And so,
do they have Yetis?
So me and the one girl who don't use it, we were like, okay, well, give us the what should we do? And the suggestions were, don't try to take it out the first time, at least, or until you get used to it, anywhere but your own home and possibly even the shower.
Not at the mall.
Right. Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm like,
not on all white Wednesdays.
Well, and so my other all white Wednesday. My other issue is, how much does it hold? Because
again, as Preston said, we don't know, nothing about this. And I too thought it was something like an antiquated, turn of the last century sort of thing. But so I do understand that it's probably very safe. The purpose is will it stop any flow? Will it?
Well, yes.
So it basically dams it up, correct?
Yeah, it holds it. So when you take it out, it's still there, and you have to clean your cup and stuff like that. But
I never see. You don't see ads for these.
No.
You know what I mean? Like tampon commercials are a regular thing.
The cup might be too much for like a television commercial.
I know why we were talking about this. I had a bizarre file story of a guy who was drinking tequila out of it. He thought it was a shot glass. And it was a menstrual cup, and his girlfriend or wife had posted it online, and that's how we got talking about it.
Okay, so I don't know, Kathy. Listen, we don't know nothing about menstrual cycles here, but how many pints will you on a heavy flow day?
How many pints?
How many gallons?
I'm not measuring them.
Okay.
Case, I don't know. That's the problem because these menstrual cups they're not huge.
No.
So, I mean, I'm guessing they're made for the average to hold the average woman's.
Okay, so in the demonstration we're looking at here, Kathy, the woman dips a tampon down into some which we assume is actual.
I don't think it's
actual blood.
I think it's probably water.
It obviously then it becomes larger, and so it basically serves as a plug.
I mean,
you would do this every. For how many days during your normal cycle?
Like the tampons,
like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Excuse me, it depends.
And do you pour that into a larger jug that you keep by the front door?
But it's so.
It's like my belly button lint collection.
Ew.
I haven't started.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Please talk.
The other thing is, and I've watched videos, and not graphic videos, like the videos that we're watching here, of how to put it in place.
Right. Mm-hmm. And how many guys do you need to?
Well, I know.
I mean,
might
honestly,
have my mom come over and help.
For the video that we're watching, it's not. They don't have to use a blood red liquid. They could use like a blue liquid.
Well, I think they're trying to be accurate.
We don't bleed blue. Just so you know.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of the Smurf cup.
But like when they do like diaper commercials, they don't like use brown water. They use a blue water.
It's a little icky for Casey seeing the red. There,
do you know what brand you're going to go for, Kath?
Well, so here's the thing. I purchased one. I just went to Target and I purchased the one at Target. It's called like a Himalayan salt menstrual cup. However, my girlfriend uses a site called Lola, and this is sort of like environmentally safe, chemical-free type of products for women. So I may order one from here, Nick, and try this one. Because here's the thing: there's different ones, and the one from Target has like
Lola.
Because what I've also heard is it can you might have to like dig around a little to get it out.
Bad choice of words.
Well, somebody texted in, and by the way, we're getting a lot of positive response from women listeners.
Yes.
Male listeners,
not so much.
Not as much.
I don't think we understand it. But
so there, one of the female listeners recommended, Kathy, that there's one with a longer tip at the bottom of
So
it.
that's what I was worried about, that's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Also, Casey, there's a great documentary that you should watch. It's called Period, End of Sentence.
I feel like I watched it, or no, it won a bunch of, I was going to say Grammys, Oscars and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I believe one of the producers is local.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's about something that happens to half of the population on the planet.
Yeah.
And so it really just dives into.
I might want to watch it. Period, end of story?
Period, end of sentence.
Period, end of sentence.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the sequel?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like. I read this book about this
Quit
gentleman.
boasting.
I know, but this guy tried to live an Orthodox Jewish lifestyle for an entire year. He is Jewish, but he's not Orthodox, and so one of the traditions of Orthodox Jews is that when their spouse is on her period, they don't touch them.
Right.
And so for the longest time, they thought that it was a like kind of the sexist sort of like, oh, gross, get away from me. And it was more, what he found out was more of like a mourning. The loss of the possibility of having a child.
Okay.
So when you are shedding, yeah,
I
really
don't judge it. I find that very interesting. In this case, to me, it would seem, because I know there have been issues with stuff like tampons and things of that nature, toxic shock and all those sort of situations.
Although
this would seem to be, to me, it actually would seem fairly easy. I was watching the demo video. She sort of rolls it up, and which allows for you to place it where it needs to be. And then once you let go of it, it expands to what you need it to be.
Right. I'm still worried about putting it in place.
No. By the way, so do they have different sizes of them? Do you know?
Well, so I didn't know this.
You said you're using the Joe Namath brand.
No, stop it. God, jeez, Steve.
Where did you come up with that?
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. I'm not a woman, and I don't even pretend I know what goes on down there.
Preston, I think there are sizes. I'm looking now here. It says mini, size 1, and size 2, and then you can click the size.
So for the ad campaign, this would be for the regular size.
Yeah, a couple.
And the mini would be
couple.
There you go.
Oh, it actually
a couplet.
It actually goes by the sizes are based on your age, because I guess your flow changes as you age. So if you're 30 or older, so that wouldn't be me. That's a size 2.
Oh, so
under 30 is size 1, and then the mini are for first time users.
We're watching the again. Couple. So this seems. So, Kathy, the little nubby at the end that one would use to extract would seem to be about kind of the similar purpose of the string.
Right. So what you're looking at right now, that's similar to what my friend uses, but the one that I got from Target, the little nubby is kind of long. So that's why I don't know if it's comfortable.
To paint the picture, gentlemen, if I will. The cup itself looks like the front end of a World War II bomb that you would see dropped.
Right.
In
exactly.
Video footage of World War II. So anyhow, but it's also got a little spire that sticks out from it.
Sort of an extended nipple.
A little handle, a little extended nipple, like a very lengthy nipple, if you will.
Right.
And that is what, now we're looking at some that actually have a ring on them. I guess these are reusable ones, Kathy.
Oh,
those are
party ones.
No, they're reusable. You wash them.
Which is why it's environmentally better. Okay.
And it seems to be of a very malleable polyurethane sort of thing. I do see the merit in this on one level. I think it might be a way I would go. So let me ask you one thing, and again, not to be... at
this point, go ahead.
She's showing to me that they do have the Joe Namath brand on Amazon. That with the tampon, you are also... sort of cleaning the area when you extract. Can you extract this?
Oh, wait, what do you mean? Like cleaning as in you think taking the tampon out is cleaning?
It does it?
Cotton swab.
Okay.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because...
I only wipe my butt.
No, think about it. It's like it's saturated, so not so much.
No, okay. All right, that makes sense. I was just curious if that served a purpose that I was unaware of.
On this cup, to describe that little tip again, if you were a guy and you have one of these hands, you would take your finger and flick it and go and make that noise.
Now I know you're
I have to say, Kathy, I think this actually, as Nick started again, and I agreed with his perception, this seemed like something you'd be opposed to. Now that I hear it explained, it seems actually more cleanly.
Right?
Just the extraction process seems like it would be difficult because you're talking about something that's not plugged, it's not saturated into something. It's in a cup.
Exactly.
And you got to pull that cup out, and there could be spillage.
It's like playing a game of Operation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
But
like that.
will your nose light up if you hit the edges of your...
But you want to do it in the shower, right, Kat?
I think
in the shower, of course.
I think the shower is a good idea.
You
Now-
wouldn't do it while standing on the console here in the studio,
I
right?
mean, no, I think I'm not going to go that far.
But if you were at work and you didn't obviously have the shower, would you then have two cups, like take one out, put the other one in? Because listen, I don't know how these things work, but like if you took it out and then you had to like clean it in the sink,
right?
You couldn't do that because you're still.
I think
expelling
also
things,
the
right?
point,
True.
but I think also the point of this is you can go much longer than a tampon. So you're not going. You can go to work for the day and then come home and change.
And if you have three of them at work, you could set up like a little 3-card Monte game with a little ball underneath one of the cups. Ooh, watch the ball. Which one has the ball?
Two more and you have a flight.
That too. Yeah.
I have a flight of menstrual fluid. Hey, Kathy, what does an ablation do? Because I hear like some women after having babies will have an ablation to help with the flow.
Jerry Lewis invented that, right?
Case, I'm not exactly sure, but my guess is that it helps with because your flow gets heavier.
Okay.
I think a lot of times as you age.
All right. Calls from ladies who either approve or disapprove.
I want to hear.
Let's go to Rebecca. First of all, hi, Rebecca. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that was well done, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, what's up?
So I have been a cup wearer for many years. I actually started with the disposable soft cups, which are really easy to use, and you can actually wear them during sex.
All right, so let me just ask again, as a completely ignorant to this. So they make them in both disposable and reusable.
Yeah, so the disposable ones I just kind of wanted to start out with to try them out, but they do also work for 12 hours, so like you get that long-term use out of them.
Okay.
Versus a tampon, you know?
Yeah. And you prefer it?
I absolutely do. So it's super easy to use. So the new one that I use, the Diva Cup, there is like a suction that forms to prevent it from leaking. So I typically change in the shower.
Now,
you have to,
am I reading correctly that it says here on what you were going to comment on that you can have sex while you have it in?
absolutely. So there's another one that I got. I haven't tried yet, but it's similar to the soft cup. It doesn't have that little nub. So it's kind of more like a saucer, and it does not leak when you're having sex, and it doesn't poke anything that's poking in you.
Okay, and again, we're trying to slalom this because listen, there is so much.
Thank you, Rebecca.
We get away with as guys with not having to operate all this additional plumbing and concern and so on and so forth. So I would endeavor in every way to make it easier to to use. So I completely. My heart and my accolades go to anyone who is attempting to juggle that kind of stuff.
Rochelle has had difficulty with it her entire life.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so it's not easy for her.
No.
Every single time.
Yeah.
So she's got some above and beyond issues.
And it can be
it's very tough. And I feel horrible for her every time that it happens. And it's just she's been going to doctors for years to try and figure out what's wrong.
Yeah.
And they can't figure it out.
And you know that here, no pun, it's like the clock is ticking to your next encounter with it.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, again, sorry for the late edition, but I do have some stories I want to share with you. A doorbell camera caught a grisly encounter between an Evanston, Wyoming couple and their 3 dogs and a startled mule deer buck.
Yeah.
The footage starts with Wanda Kaner. She steps outside on her way to her car, waking the buck up from a nap in the shade on their driveway. At first, it just stands there staring at her, and then her dog, it's a small dog, ran at the buck, which lowered his antlers and charged. The buck cornered the dog up against the front right tire of their Toyota, and when Wanda saw the deer attacking their dog, she ran at the buck, screaming and swinging a bag. The buck turns its attention to her, charging with its head down, driving her to the ground just below the camera. She grasps onto the antlers and with one hand trying to hold the deer at bay, but the buck appeared to be stronger, obviously. And at this point, her husband, Daniel, runs outside. He grabs the deer's antlers and tries to steer it away from Wanda, receiving puncture wounds on his waist. Wanda escapes the house. Daniel corrals the dogs behind a parked car. He calls for Wanda to unlock the car so he can get the dogs to safety. Wanda ended up having 7 puncture wounds and damaged a vertebrae as she fell to the ground. She's currently being hospitalized. They expect she's going to require a few weeks at a rehab facility.
Oh my!
So deer are powerful animals. You don't realize it, but they outweigh you, and they can definitely do some damage.
Yeah, though this one appears a little smaller, they're still very strong, and those things are sharp.
Yeah. The Wyoming Game and Fish Department had since euthanized the buck to avoid further encounters. So,
and they euthanized the couple as well.
Oh, they killed him.
They just didn't want anybody blabbing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a shocking, terrible story.
We need to
all the
make
way
this
around.
go away.
A man was arrested after police say he beat up another golfer at the Hill Air Force Base golf course because the other player was playing too slowly.
Have you ever done that?
Sure. From time to time.
You got to kick ass now and then.
David Robles, 61 years old, was booked on charges related to aggravated assault and disorderly conduct. The victim accused Robles of repeatedly hitting him near the head, neck, and shoulder related to taking too much time on the golf course and golf balls. He claimed that Robles kicked him in the face and throat while he was on the ground.
Yeah.
When police arrived, they say the alleged victim was found with a cut on his face. Next to his right eye, and the right side of his face was swollen. Robles was identified as the alleged attacker through video provided to police officers. The video shows Robles shouting at the victim as he pulled up in a golf cart. The video then showed Robles exit the golf cart, go up to the man, and shove him. The victim attempted to make space using a putter as a standoff tool.
Oh, man, you got weapons right in your bag there.
Police said Robles is then seen grabbing the victim. They both fell face down to the ground, and the victim put his arm over his head. Robles is seen in the video hitting him in the face 5 or 6 times. Oof. As Robles was pulled off the victim, he was seen kicking the man in the face and neck with his foot.
All right, you have a slow golfer in front of you. What iron do you go with to beat his ass?
Usually, like a wedge or something like that. It's got more weight to it.
Yeah, I probably
got more weight to it.
Yeah, I would go with a driver. It's
you go with
less
a driver?
weight.
Okay.
I feel like a driver would do less damage.
All right.
Oh, see, I was thinking do more damage.
Oh, you're going more.
You want to get this mofo to pick up his game.
Anyhow, because of the victim's age and the tumultuous intent and the given location of the injury, a group nearby stopped their game of play to intervene and help get him out of there. Robles was booked into the county jail.
Couldn't he call him like a mulligan? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, he could have had a mulligan, yeah. All right, and then we'll do one more story. Sorry to keep this short, but we're running late. So a man lost his finger Thursday while attempting to break into a home around 7 a.m. Officers responded to a home where the homeowner said a man approached him in the driveway. The owner told police that he left his car in his driveway and was walking to his door when he was approached by the same man who tried to force his way into his home. Oof. After a struggle, police said the owner slammed the door on the man. And according to police, a bullet from the attempted burglar's weapon grazed the homeowner's in the chest during the fight, but he did not require medical attention. Investigators at the scene found a glove with a severed finger inside.
Wow.
Believed to belong to the suspect.
There's your fingerprint.
They used the evidence. They used that.
Yeah,
they did.
Right?
To arrest Vernon Forrest Wilson.
And there was also a semen sample.
Well, how did that get there? Wilson was charged with first-degree burglary, assault, and a deadly weapon with intent to kill. But he lost his finger.
That's
and
crazy.
They got the print from it, and that is how they tracked him down. All right, and there you go. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, we have a couple of guests we welcome here every single year, and we're excited to do it because it is a return of the Philly AIDS Walk, and it's going to be Sunday, and the weather's looking great.
Home run.
Always a wonderful thing. Please welcome our friends, Carrie Fowler-Bender and Rob Reichert to the program.
We love being back in the studio with y'all.
Nice to see you guys in person again.
In person, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
The full affair this time, right?
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what number? We always ask this every year. Was it 30 last year?
It's 36.
36.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Mind. Such a great event.
Kathy wouldn't be born for another 11 years.
Exactly.
Pierre Robert has hosted every single one of those.
Every single one of them.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
36 years ago, did you think this event would still be, needed? You know what I mean? In the first place.
I was young and naive back then,
Mm-hmm.
and I really thought that we would find a, vaccine, a cure, and we'd end this pretty quickly.
Right.
But here we are, 36 years later. Things have changed. Certainly, there's been a lot of improvements.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the need continues. There's 18,000 people living in the Philadelphia with HIV. It's largely now become a disease of the poor. So our mission is to support people when a financial crisis could become a health crisis.
So it's these sort of tangential issues that are the main focus, and obviously homelessness affects the situation. You can't get better, and there are ways now, thankfully, to mitigate, and that's terrific. But there are other things that are of concern, and everything sort of feeds into each other, and so. And we say it every time you guys come in. Yes, it's a serious thing, but the event itself is really wonderful and ebullient, and there's a very positive vibe to it.
Absolutely. We do start the day on a serious note with the 25 blocks of the AIDS Memorial Quilt and reading of names of those we lost, because we always want to remember and honor those we've lost to the epidemic.
Right.
But we also want to celebrate the advances that we've made. We want to have a good time while we're raising funds for a very serious issue.
I mean, what I love about the walk is that it is a time to have a conversation, right? You can have a quiet moment while you're looking at the AIDS Memorial Quilt, which is beautiful and speaks to Philadelphia area families who've been affected by HIV and AIDS. But take a walk on a beautiful fall day. We know Casey has some history with the AIDS walk, right? And have a conversation with a family member, with a loved one, with a partner about staying safe. And, that's a different meaning today. But going back, and it's still important to practice safe sex and practice safe drug use and all these things to be protected. But the most important thing now, we're trying to share messages about what you can do to prevent HIV. And one of the single most important things is PrEP and the advances in PrEP that Rob can talk about.
Right. Yeah, PrEP is, it's been around for now 10 years, but a lot of people still don't know about it. We're still struggling to get access for people who need it. It's really for people who are maybe at high risk for HIV. They can take one pill a day and virtually eliminate their chances.
You see the commercials all the time. The commercials run.
And now you can get an injectable form,
Yes.
and only have to get it every 60 or 30 days.
That's
you don't
pretty
have
wild.
to take a daily pill. If you're at high risk, get on PrEP.
What kind of you need insurance to get that, or how difficult can it be?
There was just a kind of public health guidance that insurance companies should provide PrEP. Many do, but there was a guidance from the federal government that insurance companies should be providing PrEP. There's been some court challenges, so we'll see where that goes. But there are programs for people who are at risk and appropriate for PrEP. So we should not let cost be a barrier, and we can help people to get access if they need it.
Okay.
Some of our partner agencies, Action Wellness, Prevention Point, there's some great agencies in our city, nonprofits, where you can go and get free care and free case management and learn about whether or not the PrEP is right for you, or other sorts of healthcare, behavioral health care, mental health care, social services. All of those services are available with great partner agencies that we work with.
Can AIDSWalkPhilly.org be a place where you can go to and get directed to information like that you might need?
Yes, AIDSWalkPhilly.org has all the information about the walk, but also the AIDS hotline number where you can get connected to services and what we do and what's happening out there in the community.
Well, it's a great time.
So with the walk, so I said Sunday's going to be beautiful. So this goes down the river. You'll be able to walk through it because the colors are changing. This is a gorgeous time to be outside, right?
The birds are chirping, Preston.
Yes.
Yeah. It's beautiful
paradise.
Walk along
Kelly
along
Drive
the drive.
this-
Yeah.
Kelly Drive.
So it's
along
not
the
Martin Luther
river.
King Drive?
This year because of the construction on
Ah,
okay, we're
all
doing
right.
Kelly Drive this year.
Awesome.
A little different twist.
Yeah. You can bring your fishing pole.
Our walkers will be able to see a regatta on Sunday morning.
cool.
That's
Nice.
happening.
Very cool.
That's happening at the same time as the walk. So there's a lot going on, and you should come out and enjoy the beautiful weather.
It'll be like the opening of a rom-com.
Right.
In the,
It really will. It really will.
In fact, you know what? Shoot your own show.
Oh, yeah,
while you're there.
absolutely.
You got your phone. You can do it. Yeah, there you go. Use this music, and you'll have
another beautiful day in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So tickets are available, or sign up and registration. You can do it. I would imagine you prefer people doing it in advance, but you can also sign up that morning if you want to.
We welcome people at any time.
Okay, excellent. AIDSWalkPhilly.org. It's the 36th one.
Unbelievable.
And the weather, it's always a bonus when the weather cooperates. And Rob and Carrie and everybody involved just does such noble work and has carried this on for such a long time. But the need is still there. So that's obviously why every year you guys come on and put the word out. So we're happy to help out.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Good luck with everything.
Yay!
All right, Carrie and Rob and the gang, make sure you come and join them. It is on Sunday, AIDSWalkPhilly.org. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a second. Make sure you stay with us.
She said, no way, I would not have sex with it.
Okay.
Well, I guess she said there's a different kind that's like a saucer. So
Okay.
What does
I
it
don't
say
know.
as far as the under the Joe Namath specs there?
Stop. But wait, I read about, putting it in place, but there's also, you can read about removing it. And the first step is wash your hands. The second step is relax.
Okay.
It's a picture of Joe Namath holding a football guard with my cup, go deep. Yeah, a couple.
Hi, I'm Broadway Joe. Oh, my God.
Now, I'm not saying I know a lot about lady parts, but I do know.
All right, let me go to Kelly. Hey there, Kelly.
Good morning, it.
Good morning, Kelly. What's up?
I love this conversation so much. I've been encouraging my friends to switch for months now.
Okay, and are you being met with deaf ears, or are they opening up about it?
So I think they have the same concerns as Kathy with, inserting, removing, and then how much it holds, too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's so much better than tampons.
Well,
many people say
it does
that,
make sense.
And once you go to it, you're never going to go back. Like when people who switch, they are committed to it.
Kelly, how long ago did you make the switch?
So I'm actually pretty new to it. I just switched over the summer.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually pregnant now, so it's not like I need it.
Oh, so you don't need it right now.
Can I ask you also, so in the course of an average day, and Kathy, please feel free to chime in, I should say, how often would one normally replace a tampon during the course of a day?
Oh my God.
Or, and Kelly, depending on, I assume, what you're used to emitting.
And which day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say at least 5 to 6.
So
right?
5 to 6. So you could get away with this for like 12 hours?
That's what they
Oh,
say.
yeah. I only use it 2 to 3. I probably switch it out 2 to 3 times a day.
Oh, I'd be in. I'd be in.
That would be
to avoid doing that 5-6 times a day to just doing one shot.
Oh my God! Yeah,
totally.
And Kelly,
I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
Kelly, when you remove it, you wash it and then put the same one back in?
Yeah. So I just rinse it out. You boil it. You're supposed to boil it once.
Stick 'em in a
during
stew.
the cycle. So it's usually
Once during
exactly.
the cycle. Okay. Nice. And Kathy, we can buy you these as gifts and stuff, like different colors and things like that.
We can get you one that says "World's Best Boss."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to get a menstrual cup in the mail now.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, my God.
Listen, we have loads of people on the line that want to talk about this. But we have to take a break. Can I go to one more?
Yeah,
I would like.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All right,
need to
let me go to
revisit
Rachel.
this.
Hi, Rachel. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Rach?
Using the cup, Gadzooks. I've been using the cup for a while. I'm on my third one.
Okay.
You're supposed to throw them out about every 2 years, or a little less. But, there's a measuring tool on the inside. So, Kathy, you could actually measure how much you are letting go.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, okay. So as you pull it out, it's got little notches on the side of it that tells you how much. Okay.
On the inside, it actually says quarter ounce, half ounce.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So it's
like a jigger. It's
exactly. Yeah. On the rocks, please.
Right.
I'm a big fan. Good luck. I love it.
All right, Rachel.
Thank you,
Thanks for the
Rachel.
heads up.
That's what, anybody who uses them, that's what they say. Like, you're never going to go back once
Listen,
you get it down.
Reducing the amount of times you have to swap it out.
Yep.
It appears to be less detrimental to the environment. Also, it appears to be just in general more hygienic.
Nick, did you see any negatives on the text board? Because I didn't see any, and I didn't see any negative calls either.
No, I mean just people who are eating their breakfast.
Well, yeah, I mean that's yes,
right.
Yeah, of course.
But I'd say like for half the audience, this is a really relatable topic.
All right,
most definitely. Nice. Okay, and those of us who are married are probably concerned about our ladies as well about that whole thing. So,
if you have yes,
I would like to applaud Kathy Romano for being so forthcoming.
No pun intended.
No pun intended with her personal life.
I will let you know how it goes.
Please keep us updated. Let's start posting your flow chart.
Okay.
And let's add Joe Namath and see if you can get an endorsement.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I play golf, I will get something stuck in my head. Either it's a song or something somebody said, and because you're spending a lot of time, walking, and your mind is free to just think, and these things pop in my head, and they will play for 4 hours over in my head. Yesterday, I had the weirdest one.
Yeah.
And it made me realize that I think I would have been a good husband to Kathy.
To Kathy?
No, you would not have.
I'll explain.
All right.
So all that was going through my head yesterday was, Baba Ganoush! Say it, Kathleen.
Baba Ganoush!
And what I realized is that's how she calls our wolf, Boltar, by screaming Baba Ganoush. But I realized that I actually like the sound of Kathy's voice when she's yelling at you.
Really?
Hence, I would have made a good husband.
I have not developed
to
that like
Kathy
yet.
Romano. I know.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you would be a good husband. That means that you would just enjoy a lot of the anger.
Yeah, which means I'd be a good husband.
Yeah,
You're angry most of the
angry.
time. So, no, but I realized I like the sound of her voice when she gets mad or when she starts yelling at and I know some.
You find it amusing.
I do.
You would, though, to be in close proximity to it constantly would not be as enjoyable.
I see some of the text sometime that it drives people crazy when Kathy gets all fired up about something. I like it. I mean, I think just the sound of her voice, whatever it is, the resonance of your voice when you yell.
Here's the difference, though.
I like it.
You hop in your car and you go home.
I go home. I don't have to live with it.
Right.
Trust me.
So you're like, wow, that seems great.
Yeah.
That's I just.
What does that
it's like
mean,
people,
Steve?
With my wife, they say you must laugh and laugh and laugh all the time.
Right.
And then say, yeah, I laugh and laugh all the time.
But I find it entertaining when Kathy gets fired up and starts yelling about something. And I've realized it's the actual sound of her voice, not necessarily what she's saying.
Let's cut to the real chase here.
Yeah.
Marissa or Kathy, if you had to marry one.
Marry one?
And as you said, you could, be in close proximity.
Yeah.
Which one?
I love the tones of your yelling voice, Kathy, but I would marry Marissa in a heartbeat.
Are you sure
over
Kathy
you.
can cook?
She can?
No.
She can't. Are you crazy?
Cooks.
Marissa can't cook. I know that.
Preston would be doing the cooking. That's not even on the table.
I don't know, man. Marissa's pretty controlling.
Not as controlling as her.
I don't know.
All right, wait. All right, Kathy, on the show here of the guys.
Oh God.
Oh.
It's you started it, Preston, with this realization that you're madly in love with Kathy. Who on the show would you pick as the best husband? Not lover or, into your crazy S&M stuff.
Okay, all right. Just husband-wise?
Just husband-wise.
Marissa.
Now you have to pick one of the guys.
I thought it might be Steve because Steve is in schmoopy doopy.
She doesn't like that, though.
Oh, really?
Do you really think that I would
Okay.
be like
She's not going to answer. You want to know why?
I love you.
She's not going to answer because
well, let me think about
me.
it.
It's not. See, I knew you'd think that. Just on a basic level.
No. Here,
Think about it.
Don't answer for me.
There she goes.
Will you marry me?
Yeah.
I love it.
It would have to be, honestly, I'm not joking, the most organized person. And I think, Casey, that's definitely not you because I've seen your closet. I think it's going to have to be Steve.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're pretty organized, aren't
He's
you?
very organized.
I am pretty organized.
He puts things in right
some
angles.
level. Though I would say this, I am bizarrely, I will do like this. I will keep things at angles.
Yeah.
I'm not as clean as you are, Like
we could get a cleaning lady.
All right. I thought Nick might be that if you're talking organizational.
Are you serious?
I mean, not with his post-war Berlin look at a station here.
This is the only space I have.
Yeah. By design.
Yeah, I know. But I allow you, Kathy, to throw my stuff away. I don't care. Like if there's accumulation of crap,
It's fine with me if you grab it and toss it.
Okay.
Who?
Okay, good.
All right, Marissa. All right, who would you? Because Marissa, you don't want to get married at all, though.
No, I would never want to settle down. Just kidding, Mom. I don't know. I don't want to choose.
You have to. It's not an insult.
See, but she's got 4 to choose from, and we just have 2, so it's pretty easy for us.
It's okay.
Well, technically, Steve lives in the city.
That's important to you.
Because I'm paying city taxes, I'm much more attractive. Yes.
No, I don't know. You guys all have your own good qualities.
I would pick you for Preston. We can make it happen.
He does play instruments. I do like guys that play instruments.
There we go. You would call them musicians,
He
right?
has a beard, kind of, a little bit.
He has a facial
He
hair.
has a beard.
He likes cheese.
He loves cheese.
I love cheese.
There you go.
Well,
He's a good cook.
We are meant to be.
It's a
Preston.
match made in
Swimming in
heaven.
brie. What's that?
Because you do these things as you start when you're in the dating. There's the check columns.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cheese?
Cheese.
Hair?
Beard. His beard is made of cheese.
Kathy, do you think I'm attractive?
Wow. All the Buckle Bunnies laughed.
Now I have to reveal it.
We're excited to have our next guest on, and outside of acting, he has a whole world of music and is bringing that here to the Philadelphia area. It was just announced he's going to be playing Ardmore Music Hall on March 12th.
It's a great venue.
Tickets will go on sale tomorrow for the show, so please welcome Kiefer, William Frederick, Dempsey, George, Rufus, Sutherland to our show this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
That's what the Wikipedia page calls you, Kiefer, but I had no idea you had so many middle names.
Yeah, I think my father was in a lot of debt when I was born, and I think he just kept telling people that I'll name my son after you if you forgive the bill.
Wow. Well, that's the way to approach it.
Kiefer, so question about the show at Ardmore Music Hall. Is this a full band? Is this you and a guitar, acoustic? What kind of show is it going to be?
It's going to be acoustic. So part of the show is just going to be me, and then I have 2 fantastic special guests: Mark Copley, who's an extraordinary guitar player, and Rocco DeLuca, who's going to be playing pedal steel and lap steel.
Ooh, it's a cool sound.
I beg your pardon?
That's a cool sound. The pedal steel.
Yeah, it is, and he's a phenomenal player as well. And but what I really enjoy about the show is it's so intimate, and we get to kind of tell some stories about why I think these songs are worth you listening to in the first place, and have a drink and play some songs, and it's just a really nice night to kind of come together, especially after the last 2 years. Yeah. So really, really looking forward to it.
As a performer, as a guy who I'm sure, since you're musically inclined, has probably played with bands and so on, you and a guitar, that's pretty naked up on stage. Did it take a little while to get to that point and feel comfortable doing shows like that?
I'm still not comfortable. I mean, I think one of the funny things, as an actor, if you get a little nervous, and I do, I use that nervous energy. You put your hands in your pocket if they start to shake a little. Doesn't work as well for a guitar player.
Yeah.
And look, if it does, I've always believed very strongly, if it doesn't make you a little nervous, you should probably doing something else.
Okay.
And so. Yeah, for me now, it just kind of goes away after the first or second chord. But certainly waiting in the wings to go on stage, either as an actor or as a player. It gets my adrenaline going. And,
cool.
And I hope it will feel like that till the day I die.
Well, the album is called Bloor Street, and it's your third. And and it's funny. I know that when you have somebody who's known for what you're known for, and you take the foray into music, of course you're obviously going to be met with the initial, okay, what's this guy doing?
That's right. I told you last time I came in here, hopefully I'll see you next week, and here I am. And I'll say it right now, hopefully I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
right. Because, and I tell you what, last night was bad. Obviously, we had 3 hits, not good. But if you had told me before the series started in a best-of-5 series that we would take 1 of 2 in Atlanta, we can come home and actually clinch at home, I would take that like there's no one's business.
Listen, getting 1 win in Atlanta.
It's great.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
And we have our ace, one of our aces, Zach Wheeler, obviously last night, Aaron Nola going tomorrow. And I got to tell you, the fans, obviously it's a sellout. We haven't had a playoff game since 2011. Fans are completely, you've seen the city, people wearing Phillies red all over the place.
Yeah.
We had a rally bus on last week. I was on that. fans going nuts. So I can't even imagine what this weekend's going to be like Friday and Saturday. And then obviously you got the Flyers, a home opener. You've got the Eagles playing Dallas Cowboys Sunday night.
It's crazy.
The Union Rider in first place. It's a great time to be in Philadelphia.
Kathy just got brought into the Hall of Fame at her high school.
No, she did. Is that right?
No, John.
Yeah.
We got to do something about that. Right?
I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm very excited. I haven't been to a playoff game in Philadelphia since 2010. It was the NLCS against the Giants, which did not end well. I'm getting there early tomorrow, John, because I'm expecting 45,000 people in the stadium, and a lot of people just going to come down and tailgate, I think, just to be in the atmosphere, because it's going to be a gorgeous day.
Well, you're right. Plus, we have a block party. So when you get down there early. 1:30. Game's at 4:37. 1:30, we're opening this block party on CB Way. We did it, last time we were in the playoffs.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. We got a Bud Bar there. You got merchandise. We're going to have a tent with merchandise. We have a Ferris wheel. We have a band called Snack Time. Do you know Snack Time?
Oh, my God.
They're a brass band. They're playing. We're going to have some celebrities out there, ball girls. I mean, it's going to be a really fun atmosphere out there.
Ball girls?
Ball girls.
We used to have the ball girls out all the time.
No, that's great. And this is when you want to take it in. You want to get every second of this right now. I mean, as they say in sports, God willing, or like in Bull Durham, it'll keep going, but get every bit of it you can right now.
The fact that we got to this, we were just talking before we came on, this is all, it's icing. It's to be here alone is great. And then also the perception is, okay, they remembered how to do it.
Yep.
So no matter how this goes, let's keep this going year to year.
Yeah, and the pressure's on the Braves. I mean, we're coming home, right? And they're the favorite, as you said, Steve. So there's obviously pressure on both teams, but I think more pressure is on the Braves.
I think you're right.
You're coming into it, and again, we haven't had a home. We haven't had a home game since when? Middle September.
It's been almost a month since they've been on the road.
Just craving to get into the ballpark, but it's just the fact that we haven't been in the playoffs. So I am so excited that it's going to be nuts. And let me just tell you, throwing out the first pitch tomorrow. If you remember, one of the greatest at bats in 2008, the magical season. Brett Myers had I think it was like 11 pitch at bat. He walks, and now it's bases loaded. CC Sabathia, one of the best pitchers in the game from Milwaukee Brewers. And who comes up to bat, Nick?
Shane Victorino.
Shane Victorino, and Shane Victorino hits a grand slam. And you know what Shane Victorino is doing? He's throwing at the first pitch tomorrow.
Nice.
We're going to bring some of that magic back, and hopefully that rubs off on the players.
We had an event at Arnold's Family Fun Center that night, and I listened to that at bat in the parking lot.
I was with you.
Yeah. And remember, we brought Shane Victorino into the studio.
Yeah.
That's right. And you had Adrian Grenier, right, from
Entourage. Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. And, and I remember everyone in here gave Shane a standing ovation.
Yeah.
It was
well
awesome.
deserved. Those magical moments.
We should have him in studio tomorrow. Can you work on that for us?
I'll work on it.
Wonder when he gets in. Yeah.
We'll have Spam here for him. I know he loves it.
He loves Spam.
Excellent. Well, it's just exciting stuff, and clearly the city's on fire, and everybody's it's just in the right frame, and nothing but positive vibes headed into South Philly.
And next week I'll come in and we'll talk about the series with the Dodgers. Or the Padres.
That's a deal.
That's a deal.
Yeah. All right, dude, we know you got to go, but thank you for swinging by here.
All right, go Phils.
Jump Go Phils. So that's cool. They're doing the whole, extra activities, and you can go down there and hang out for the day if you want to, and be a part of the whole thing. And Nick's going. That's awesome.
I'm
man.
very excited.
Good for you. All right. Well, with that, I think we would like to celebrate this by giving a bunch of stuff away. We need to do a prize blowout. Yes. We haven't done that in quite some time, so let's get a whole bunch of callers on the line. 215-263 WMMR. We're going to play Hollywood Three-Way. All right? Pretty simple game. We give you 3 movie titles. You tell us the actor or actress that stars in all 3 or appears in all 3 of those movies, and you win a prize. And we got like all kinds of things that we are stacking up for your chance to walk away with and win. So Casey's kind of jotting down the prizes. Oh, no, you're jotting down your Hollywood Three-Way.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were doing this.
You didn't know we were doing this.
But our prizes are awesome. So we only have 1 pair of tickets left for the Burger Brawl, so we will have that in there. But we have this awesome horror movie bundle prize pack, including Lost Boys. Is that a horror movie?
It is.
Okay, Poltergeist, and we're going to have that on digital. We also have a Fathead IPA. Dude, we have these passes for Black Adam, the movie premiere next week.
Very popular.
So we have a bunch of those, as well as Hocus Pocus 2 prize packs. And I think that's it.
You know what? I want to mention something about Lost Boys because the first time I saw that, I actually called it from the beginning what was going to happen because the guy, the older guy, the father, comes in. He comes up to the door and he's standing there and he goes, "Well, I'm not going to come in until I'm invited into the house." So the man of the house invites me in, and I'm like,
"Right, there you go.
I'll bet he's a vampire."
That's it.
And I knew it. And at the end, it happened, and I was like, I hadn't said anything to anyone, so it's as if I lied and made it up.
Hi, my name is Preston Elliott. I've been watching the movie with you, but I knew the ending well before you did. Thank you.
You just want people to know that you knew.
In addition, we also have these tickets to see Don McCloskey tomorrow night. He's got this awesome show going, and I'll be at that one at Ardmore Music Hall, and we have to give these tickets away today.
Yeah, because the show's tomorrow. And Don is so great, man. You were going to love that show. Before we get our first contestant, I have another call on the line. It is Mark. Hey, Mark, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Mark, you're not calling in to play Hollywood Three-Way, are you?
I am not calling in for Hollywood Three-Way.
And that's because you've already won, haven't you?
I just won $1,000.
Yes, he did! Dude. Mark, nice work, my man. $1,000 in your pocket. That's a pretty sweet deal. Where are you from, Mark?
I am from Lumberton, New Jersey.
All right. You usually do you play all day long or just in the morning with the Yoo-Hoo-Loos?
No, I'm all day. Is that anytime I get to go? I'm all day long. I've been doing it since the bird and all of them.
Oh, really?
Excellent.
All these was. Listen, your persistence has paid off. I'm very happy.
It has. It certainly has.
All right, Mark, we are very happy to give you $1,000. Congratulations, buddy.
Love you guys.
Love you too. All right. There you go. That's how easy that Yoo-Hoo thing is. And we got another crack at it coming up around 10 a.m. So make sure you get yourself set for that. All right. So we're going to play Hollywood Three-Way. Let's get our callers up and start playing. Who wants to go first? Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. Nick will go first. And we will go to caller John. Hi there, John.
Hello.
All right, John, you're going to play Hollywood Three-Way with Nick. He's going to give you 3 movie titles. You give us the actor or actress that appears in all 3 movies, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go, John. Raising Arizona, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and The Croods.
Is it Phoenix River?
It's not Phoenix River.
It's the Mississippi River.
Sorry, man. Incorrect. So we should probably talk about these beforehand.
We do
3?
30 guesses.
No, we'll do
30?
We'll go to Zach. Hey, Zach.
Hello.
All right, Zach, we're going to give you those 3 movie titles. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, Zach. Raising Arizona, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and The Croods.
Is it Nick Cage?
It is Nick Cage.
Well done, sir. That means you win. And Casey's going to tell you what you won.
All right, you won yourself a pair of passes to see Warner Brothers Pictures' Black Adam starring Dwayne Johnson as a vengeful DC superhero on Tuesday. It's going to be October 18th, 7 p.m. at the Regal UA King of Prussia. Will Black Adam destroy the world or be its savior? I'm guessing he's going to save it. See it only in theaters on October 21st.
All right, we'll go clockwise around the room, so I'll go next. Let's go to Ron. Hey, Ron, good morning. All right.
Yeah.
Ron, Hollywood Three-Way. I'm going to give you your movie titles. Ready?
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go. Back to School, Bowfinger, and Tropic Thunder.
Mm-hmm. Back to School, Bowfinger.
Yep, and Tropic Thunder.
Boy. I'm trying to say Bowfinger. That's not Steve Martin, is it?
No, sorry, bud. Incorrect. He was in that movie, but that's not what we're looking for. I'm going to go to Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, how you doing? It's Brian, actually.
Oh, okay, Brian. So I'm going to give you the 3 movie titles to see if you know the actor that appears in all 3. Back to School, Bowfinger, and Tropic Thunder.
Ben Stiller?
No, incorrect. Thank you, sir.
Good guess, though.
We'll do one more, and it's Brian, another Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, sorry you're bothering me at work.
My faux pas. All right, Back to School, Bowfinger, and Tropic Thunder.
Come on, that's Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, it is.
There we go.
Well done, sir. Brian wins. And Brian gets this.
He also is going to win passes to see Black Adam with Dwayne Johnson as the vengeful DC superhero. And this screening is going to be on Tuesday, October 18th at 7 p.m. at the Regal UA King of Prussia. It is in theaters on October 21st.
Before we go to the next call, I do want to give a quick plug to our Philly Burger Brawl restaurant that stopped in, Local Pez. They brought by some good grub. They brought in double smash burger. It's the Local Pez Double Smash Burger, ground beef patty, sharp cheddar, Oaxaca cheese, pickles, pickled jalapenos, lettuce, aioli on a potato roll.
If this is what they're entering, they are a heavy contender.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
they're
So
delicious.
Thank you. They're in Fishtown, Graduate Hospital, and West Philly. So thank you to Local Pez. All right, Casey, you get to go. And we're going to pull up listener Peggy on the line. Hey, Peggy.
Good morning,
Good morning. All right, we're playing Hollywood Three-Way. You and Casey, you ready?
Casey.
All right, Peggy.
Are we
Here.
on the same page?
I hope so. I really hope so. Okay, your three movies are Iron Man, Rudy, and Swingers.
Swingers. What's the little Sean Astin?
Good guess. Good guess.
God damn it, Peggy. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll go next.
would you do that to?
I'm so God.
Sean. Hi, Sean.
Privilege.
Privilege. Mm-hmm. Ready to play?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
All right, Sean, here you go. Iron Man, Rudy, Swingers.
Gotta be John Favreau.
Well done, my friend. Sean, hang on, because we're giving you these tickets.
Hey, Sean, you are going to join me and Kathy at the Don McCloskey concert tomorrow night. It's a record release show for his new album, The Chaos and the Beauty. Tomorrow night, Ardmore Music Hall, and it is sold out. It is a sold-out show. I can't even. It used to be the ticket used to be. Tickets still remain at DonMcCloskey.com, but nope,
sold out.
Nope,
Sorry.
I can totally see it. Great music. All right. Steve, you ready?
Yes.
We're going to go to listener Jamie and have you guys play. Hi, Jamie. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Jamie, you and Steve. You ready?
All right, Jamie, here you go. Time Bandits, The Longest Day, The Untouchables.
Time Bandits, The Longest Day, and Untouchables.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
All right. Thanks, man. We'll go next to Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie.
Hi.
All right, Steve's playing with you. Hollywood Three-Way. Here we go.
The movies are Time Bandits, The Longest Day, The Untouchables.
Was it? Oh shoot. I don't know.
All right. We'll do one more. See if we get a winner. It's Jason that we're going to go to. Hi, Jason.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. All right, Jason. Here are those three movies again.
All right. Time Bandits, The Longest Day, The Untouchables.
Robert Mitchum.
No. Robert Mitchum. Wow. No. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yeah. All right, that's all right. We'll get another caller online this time. It's Kathy who is serving up the movie titles. We'll go to Mike. Hey, Mike.
Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Mike. All right,
Hi, Mike.
We're playing with Kathy. Here we go.
All right, Mike, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Love Actually, Cruella, and Sense and Sensibility.
I knew it.
Actually, Cruella, and Sensibility.
Come on, you got this.
Love Actually, Cruella, and Sensibility. Crap. Emma Thompson.
Wow. Dude, that was great.
He looked it up.
Took you that long to look it up. Whatever. Hang on, Mike. All right, Mike.
It was an open book test, guys.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. However, you got to do it.
Mike.
Mike, you won Headhunter IPA, a whole case of it. Fathead's aggressively hopped, legendary IPA, available in both 6-packs and 12-packs. Pox.
May I have a pock?
You have a pock. You have like 6-packs of them. And you can enjoy it as part of Fathead's new IPA 12 variety 12-pack. And you can pick some up at your nearest Acme or craft beer retailer.
All right, next contestant is Ellen. Hey, Ellen.
Good morning.
All right, we've circled back around to Nick. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Ellen, here we go. Fences, Suicide Squad, The Help.
Mm-hmm. You know this, and you probably have this tattoo.
The Help.
Yeah.
That's the only movie I've seen of those.
Repeat them again, Nick.
All right. Fences, Suicide Squad, and The Help.
I don't think I know.
Just pick someone from The Help. All right. Anyway, see you later. Thank you.
Just pick someone. Yeah. Sometimes you just pick an
you
actor.
might get it.
Yeah, that's how it's played.
I'll go to Connor next. Hey, Connor.
Hi.
All right. You're playing with Nick. Here we go.
All right, Connor. Fences, Suicide Squad, and The Help.
Is it Viola Davis?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Hang on a second, Connor. Here's what we have for you.
You got a case of Headhunter IPA, Fathead's aggressively hopped legendary IPA, available in both 6-packs and 12-packs. You can also enjoy it as part of Fathead's new IPA variety 12-pack. You can pick some up at your nearest Acme or craft beer retailer.
All right. I've got a fresh one for Peggy. Hi there, Peggy.
How are you?
Wonderful, Peggy. All right.
Did you get through again, Peggy?
I did.
All right.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Preston, can I get a shot at her again? Because I made her lose the last time.
Sure.
Peggy?
Yes?
You and I are on the same page here. I promise you.
I'm hoping.
I see you.
I see you.
I have a hocus pocus party on Saturday that I'm attending.
Okay. All right. Well, here you go. Oh, my God. Peggy.
Do it.
Here it is. Bruce Almighty, Marley and Me, Leprechaun.
The only thing I can think of is Jim Carrey.
Nope.
Or do you want to go with Preston?
Nope.
This one.
Nope.
That's what happens when
Hey,
you
Peggy.
you tamper, right?
Just call back in a minute. Thanks. We'll see you. All right. We'll go to Eddie next. Hey, Eddie.
Gadzooks.
Eddie. All right. Casey's going to give you the 3 movies. Here we go.
Bruce. All right. Bruce Almighty, Marley and Me, Leprechaun.
Is it Jennifer Aniston?
Hang on a second, because we got something for you.
All right. For you, Eddie, you have won our final Hocus Pocus 2 prize pack. No, I'm kidding. We have a bunch left. Peggy, call back. Including Hocus Pocus, the game, a spell book, and a $50 cash card. It's been 29 years since someone lit the black flame candle and resurrected the 17th century sisters. They're looking for a revenge. Stream Hocus Pocus 2 now on Disney+.
All right. So we're going to circle back to me?
Yes.
Sorry about that. That's all right. Let me go to Drew. Hey, Drew. All right, Drew. I'm going to... All right. I'm going to give you the 3 movies. This one might be kind of tough. We'll see how you do here. Here we go.
Give him the answer, too.
No, I'm not going to do that. All right. Here we go, Drew. The King's Speech, Fight Club, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Edward Norton?
No. Correct. Thank you, though. All right. We'll go next to Corey. Hey, Corey.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, Corey. Playing Hollywood Three-Way. Your 3 movies are The King's Speech, Fight Club, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
I'm going to have to say Brad Pitt.
No, thanks though, bud. All right, and then one last call to try this one. It's Casey. Hi there, Casey.
Hi.
All right, Casey, these are the 3 movies. Let's hear the actor or actress appears in all 3. The King's Speech, Fight Club, or Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Or I should say, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Colin Firth?
No.
But that's you got somebody.
Anybody?
Meatloaf.
No, not Meatloaf.
Double Meatloaf.
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was in all 3 of those
Meatloaf
movies.
was not in the King's Speech.
That's Lord Meatloaf.
Lord Meatloaf.
All right. We'll get
Salisbury steak.
Yes. All right, it's Steve's turn, and we're going to go to Dawn to play. Hi there, Dawn.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dawn. You
Dawn.
ready?
I love your crew. Thank you for your entertainment.
Oh, thank you for listening. And we're going to try to reward you with something a little easier, all right? You ready?
Okay, great. But may I first give a plug to Donnie McCloskey? I'm going to see you guys at the Ardmore tomorrow night. I'm so excited. Four tickets to go rock with him.
Awesome.
All right.
It's going to be so much fun.
All right. Here are your 3 movies.
Okay.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Okay.
The Aviator, Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, wait, because I'm stuck on. Is it Leo DiCaprio?
That was indeed an easy one for you, Dawn. And you get a prize. Here we go.
You get a Hocus Pocus 2 prize pack, including Hocus Pocus, the game, a spell book, and a $50 cash card. It's been 29 years since someone lit the black flame candle and resurrected the 17th century sisters, and they're looking for revenge. Stream Hocus Pocus 2 now on Disney+.
All right, another caller, and I think it is Mike that we're going to go to play with. Yo, what's up, brother?
Hi, Mike.
P-Buds.
P-Buds and Steve and the rest.
All right.
And the rest.
Melissa. And we got Kathy who's going to handle this one. You ready, Mike?
Oh, my God, I love you, Kathy.
Come on, you can do it.
I love our listeners.
All right, it's actually an easy one. You'll get this one. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, The Wolf of Wall Street, The Departed, Don't Look Up.
Are you serious, Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah, the second one in a row. Nice. I don't think we've ever had that happen before. Mike wins. Casey, we're going to give him
a horror movie bundle, including The Lost Boys and Poltergeist on digital. I hope you didn't listen to Preston's spoiler alert earlier for Lost Boys.
It's like 40 years old.
You haven't seen it by now.
Yeah. You want to relive the fear this Halloween with these 8 horror classics? I only named 2 of them. You got 6 more coming. Own them now in super scary 4K and Ultra HD.
Don't give away the ending of The Great Dictator.
All right. All right. Nick's up this time, and we have another Mike. Mike H. Yo, Mike, good morning.
Gadzooks.
Hi,
Mike.
All right, Mike, you're going to play with, with Nick.
All right, Mike, here we go. Gods and Monsters. X-Men, Days of Future Past. The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, gosh.
It's easy.
Yeah, sure. Lord of the Rings, 3 movies of trees walking.
It does have trees walking.
Yes.
It's not one of the trees.
Tree number 2.
Read them again, Nick.
Gods and Monsters, X-Men, Days of Future Past, and The Lord of the Rings.
I got nothing.
It's a big one.
I like this movie, The Trees Are Walking.
We're going to go to Aaron next. Hey, Aaron.
Of course. I have no idea.
Well, maybe it'll come to you. Maybe it'll come to you.
Right.
Let's
Pick
try
an
it.
actor from one of the movies.
I thought this was an easy one, but Aaron, here we go. Gods and Monsters, X-Men, Days of Future Past, and The Lord of the Rings.
I got nothing.
Sorry. Thank you anyway. All right, one more caller, and it is Anne Marie. Hi there, Anne Marie.
Hello.
All right, Anne Marie, you're playing with Nick. You ready?
All right.
Here we go, Anne Marie. Gods and Monsters, X-Men, Days of Future Past, and The Lord of the Rings.
No.
Got a guess?
Yeah, Anne Marie, you got a guess. Are you there, Anne Marie?
Are you in the
I'm
Lincoln?
here.
Do you have a guess?
She entered the tunnel.
Did she hear me?
Googling it. No, she's
All right,
Googling
no, she's
it.
gone.
Oh, okay.
All right, forget it. Sorry, Ian McKellen.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Ian McKellen.
I think we have time for
She
just one.
didn't get it correctly. And she lost out on a wonderful prize. I could only assume was either Hocus Pocus or the horror gift package featuring the Lost Boys. Which Preston gave the ending away to. But bad on you if you've neglected it for the past 78 years.
Maybe we'll give them. She could have won Walking Trees. I don't know. We could have had that. All right. We have time for one more, I think. Who wants to go? Steve, you want to do it?
Yeah, sure. I'll do it.
All right. We'll go to, let's see. It's Ron. Hi, Ron. Good morning.
No, actually, this is Peggy again.
Yes. Well done.
But I did call earlier and I lost. I figured if Peggy could do it, maybe I can try one.
Oh, my
Sure
God.
enough. Sure enough. All right, Ron. Here we go.
All right, we're going to try to give you one that you can
I
do.
hope you win, man.
All right. Okay, ready?
Yep.
True Grit, Fearless, Seabiscuit.
True Grit, Seabiscuit, and
Fearless.
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 I don't know.
Seabiscuit. Tobey Maguire?
Nah.
No. All right. Sorry, man.
Sorry, man.
Hang on. Let me go to Chris next. Hey, Chris, good morning.
Hey, what do you call, what would you call it if a prisoner could take his own mugshot?
Okay.
What is it?
A selfie.
A selfie.
C-E-L-L.
Casey's writing that down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, Chris, here we go.
All right.
I got the answer. Is it Jeff Bridges?
Yes! What were the three movies again?
True Grit.
Oh, yeah, he plays Rooster in that.
Uh-huh.
Fearless.
I didn't think of that.
And see this.
All right, hang on the line. Here's what we got for Chris.
Hey, Chris, what did the DJ name his son?
I put him on hold.
Oh, never mind. You won a case of Headhunter IPA. Fathead's aggressively hopped legendary IPA, available in both 6-packs and 12-packs. You can also
I'll get it back
enjoy
on.
it as part of Fathead's new IPA variety 12-pack. Pick up some at your nearest Acme or craft beer retailer.
Chris, Casey has a question for you.
Hey,
What do you got, Chris?
what did the DJ name his son?
I don't know. I give up.
Eric.
I don't get it. What?
Eric, the DJ.
Oh.
Scratching the
I was thinking like a radio DJ.
Yeah, likewise.
Here?
Maybe you say club DJ.
Yeah,
Club
yeah.
DJ.
Be a little more
Okay.
specific.
All right, we're working on it, man.
I don't like it.
What does he put on his spaghetti?
Wait a minute. What? What does he put on there?
Marinara.
This is so dumb. Why am I laughing?
That's terrible. Those are terrible.
No, Eric's good. Eric's good. Marinara's a reach.
Those are head injury dad jokes.
No, they're cool. I got it for my daughter, and she's in high school, so
So they
you know
must be
it's-
cool.
So
You know it's
there.
hip.
Yeah.
Best dad jokes come from your daughter.
All right, Kay, set me up here. We gotta wrap up. But here's what I would like to do. Since it is a sold out show and it is tonight, I should give away the rest of these.
Yes, tomorrow night is the show.
Oh, I'm sorry, tomorrow night, yes. And we got things going on. So should I give them all the way today?
We
or
have
save
to
a
give them
couple
away
for
today
tomorrow?
because our promotion staff is not in tomorrow to
Yes.
award the prizes to our winners. So.
Okay, so if you would like to see the Don McCluskey event tomorrow night at the Ardmore Music Hall, it is a record release party. We'll take callers 10, 11, 12, and 13. All right, we'll set you up.
Sold out show, man.
Yeah, we're going to clear the phone
That's
lines.
excellent.
215-263-WMMR. So callers 10, 11, 12, and 13. Ardmore Music Hall tomorrow night. Don't call if you can't go, all right, because it's a sold-out show. And we would like to make sure that everybody who gets tickets does indeed go. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back in a second. The Philadelphia Film Festival is kicking off next week.
Yes, it is.
We'll get the rundown of all the stuff you can expect from that when we return, as well as more info about the Burger Brawl and all these things coming up. We have just a Philly-centric show today of things going on here in town. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
And the truth of the matter is, as I was listening to a lot of the music, it's very good, and it's and also reading about your approach to it and your love of it and how visceral it is to you. You love your acting world as well, and in fact, during the lockdown and pandemic, most of the hardcore stuff, you were still busy. I think you did 2 movies in a limited series, and the question I have for you is, prior to that all happening, you wrote a couple of songs, and then you wrote the bulk of it during the pandemic. Would we be able to discern the songs that were written prior? Do you think?
That's a great question. I think you would. I had such a profound kind of reaction to the lockdown. I've been moving at a mile a minute for the last 20 years. I don't think I've been home for more than 3 weeks for the last 10 years. And so all of a sudden, I'm actually sitting in my house, and it's like, oh, wow, I actually like my house. And, oh, cool, I actually like my dog. And I like my girlfriend. And, wow, this is pretty cool. And so I became profoundly grateful. I've been fortunate enough to have a career that people can only really dream of. I've been allowed to do things that I'm interested in, and I know that's not what everybody gets. So a lot of the songs, whether it was songs like So Full of Love, if you had told me 4 years ago that I was going to write that song and write a song that was so positive, I'd have stabbed you in the heart with a pencil. I just wouldn't have believed you.
It would be hard. It's hard to wrap your mind around it. Yeah.
And there I am sitting in the shower going, so full of love, I can't hold it together. I'm like, who the is this guy? So that was kind of my reaction to the pandemic. And I don't want to minimize how difficult a time this has been for so many people. But I couldn't help but be really grateful for my family and my friends who I wasn't allowed to see like everybody else. And it afforded me time to take stock in my own life and how lucky I have been.
Well, I wanted to ask about the title track, Bloor Street, because I don't know at what point that song was written, but, it seems to be a nostalgic look back at a hometown. I get this kind of, Bruce Springsteen, My Hometown, lyrically, Main Street from Bob Seger, something.
Bob Seger, one of my favorite songs. Yeah.
And I've always loved that type of song. It could be talking about an existence, a place that I have no connection with growing up, but I still get an emotional connection to it. Is this indeed about Toronto, your hometown? Or?
It is. Bloor Street is the main thoroughfare through Toronto, going east and west. And we were shooting a television show there called Designated Survivor, and I hadn't been home. We were there for 3 years, and I hadn't been home for that long a period of time since I was maybe 16 years old. And I came upon this kind of main intersection in Toronto, Bloor Street and Yonge Street, and I realized all of my firsts had happened there. My first job at the food court in the Hudson Bay Center, my first meaningful kiss with a girl in front of the Bloor Street subway.
Wow.
I think the first fight I ever got in and lost was on that corner. So I just got very nostalgic and just started writing really about how grateful I was that I could grow up in that town, which afforded us a kind of freedom that I certainly know that my kids and my grandkids did not experience. We were on the subway at 11 years old. I mean, who would do that now?
Right, right. You're saying so much that's true, because that is, I actually am, it's been a while since I've been back to the town I was raised in. It's been 20 plus years. And I think I'm at that point where I want to go back, because it does mean something. And those you pick those hallmark, benchmark moments in your life, and that does mean something. And you need to reconnect. I agree with what Preston was saying about songs that do that. So much of what you write about with this album has a resonance to your experience. Two Stepping in Time is kind of just a real love song, and I assume it's written for your girlfriend, correct?
It is. Yeah. It is. And a friend of mine who I was recording with and I was writing a lot of songs. I was being kind of prolific at this moment. And he said, you should really write a waltz. And I started on the guitar, literally sitting around the kitchen island. And I was going through a kind of thing as a writer where I wanted to write about what was in front of me. And I think the very first line of the song is cigarettes in the ashtrays, all in a line, empty glasses of whiskey show the passage of time. And those were the items that were, in fact, right in front of me. I have since quit smoking, the one thing that I can thank the pandemic for. Wow. But yeah, so so the guy was sitting to my right and my girlfriend was sitting a little farther down the kitchen island. I figured I should start writing towards her instead of him if I wanted to have a good evening.
Did you?
Did you write
I'm sorry. Did you write that song quickly? I was reading.
Yes,
like 20 minutes, I think. Right.
Every once in a while, songs kind of write themselves, and this one was certainly that. It was finished because we were actually having a nice evening. And my friend had kind of put this task in front of me, and I wanted to go back to having our nice evening. So the song got written very quickly. But it's a love song. Again, not something that I spend a lot of time kind of doing. I don't write a lot of love songs. So when something like that happens, that's a great kind of song to put in your pocket and take with you.
It was interesting to read that you consider the touring, and you haven't had a chance to do a lot of touring over obviously the past couple of years. But I think you run contrary to a lot of people who create music and say that the process of touring is sort of a detriment to creating songs. And you, on the other hand, find it very helpful, and it informs your songwriting. Would that be correct to say that?
Oh my gosh, yeah. In the 3 years that we were doing Designated Survivor, we played over 500 shows. Wow. You know, I remember on the second record writing songs that were specifically designed to enhance our set list. The live thing is something that I just caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I have. And I think that there's an amazing moment, or possibility at least, when you explain why you wrote a song. And I wrote a song called Saskatchewan about the passing of my mother. And there were times when I would play that song and I could see someone put their arm around a friend in the audience. And I could realize at that moment that that person's going through something similar.
Wow.
When we can come together and realize that we've got these things in common and that we're going through this thing together, that's a great night. I mean, that's a good evening. And so it's something that's made a deep impression on me, and hopefully for the people that we get to play for.
Kiefer, I want to ask you about your voice work over the years, because you've done some narration, you've done animated movies. I love you in Monsters vs. Aliens. The warmonger character was terrific. You've done, The Simpsons, and narrated a few other things over the years. Does that lend itself to your ability to sing, perform on stage? Do you get training from doing narration or voice work that you can then bring to your music career, or are they entirely separate?
They are pretty separate. The voiceover work started actually for me in a very funny way. My dad was doing commercials back in the early 90s for Volvo. And I think one evening he whispered in my ear what they were paying him. I think the next day I called up Volvo and told them I did a really good Donald Sutherland. I'd do it for half the money.
Undercutting your dad.
Which I don't think he really appreciated. I thought it was a lot funnier than he did. But it's its own thing. I mean, when I think of someone like Mel Blanc, who did all of those cartoon voices, and which, Monsters vs. Aliens, I hope I don't get sued for this, but I completely ripped off Yosemite Sam. Bring on the fearless freak. I hate rabbits. But it's an awful lot of fun, and it takes you back to being a kid and just loving cartoons and listening to cartoons, and so it is a lot of fun to do. But they're very, very separate kind of entities.
You have lived a very, very interesting and full life, and obviously voiceover actor, musician, but you're kind of a cowboy, too. You've competed in rodeos and have won roping championships. What's that? And do you still do that?
I do not. I think 24 kind of put an end to that. I'd been doing it for a decade, and I had two partners that I would rodeo with, one guy named John English, just an amazing all-round cowboy, and a guy named Mike Wolf, who has since passed. Really loved it. I mean, it was kind of like being in a band. You and about three other cowboys kind of load your horses up onto a trailer and go from town to town, doing rodeo after rodeo. We had more fun than we probably should have. And it was a great experience. And it was so nice to do something kind of different. I did that for about a decade, and I did films at that time. But it was a great kind of refresher, because when I went and started 24, that was going to be a whole very intense decade of just doing that show. So the rodeo actually kind of helped cleanse my palate, if you will, for a lot of work. And I enjoyed it immensely. And I got to see parts of America that I don't think I would normally have seen.
Right. I wanted to go back to the songwriting and having songs kind of just present themselves to you. And, two-stepping in time and having it be so quick and present itself, and you write it. Did you get a chance to see the Peter Jackson Beatles documentary?
I sure did.
I mean, for you, that had to be, as it was for us, to see the creation of songs that have become so iconic. What a mind blower.
Yeah, to have Ringo Starr kind of doing an interview saying, I could just listen to Paul play piano for an hour. and in the background, Paul's working out the opening chords for Let It Be. I mean, are you kidding me?
One of the greatest songs ever written coming to life right there. It's insane.
But what's really, really funny is kind of, as iconic as they are, there's always going to be something really personal that you watch in a movie like that, and especially one that's documented 6 hours. My phone rang off the hook somewhere in the 3rd episode when they all started drinking J&B Scotch. Now, J&B Scotch is certainly now not considered to be very highbrow on any level, and you'd have to find a pretty dirty bar to find a bottle of it anyway. I've been that was always kind of my drink of choice for a number of years, and literally the fact that they had all drank it together, kind of sitting on the floor working out, the long and winding road, somehow gave the beverage validity. My friends finally, after 20 years of drinking the swill, have forgiven me.
It's good enough for the Beatles.
I love it. Yeah, I thought, if John Lennon could drink it, and apparently I make the same kind of disgusted face that John Lennon makes when he takes that first pull.
That's great.
We laughed about that.
If you're just tuning in, it's Kiefer Sutherland that we're speaking to. His album is called Bloor Street, and he's going to be performing at Ardmore Music Hall coming up on March 12th. Tickets go on sale, I believe, tomorrow, by the way. And I didn't even realize this is a bizarre coincidence, Kiefer. I right before you came on, I go to Casey. I go, oh, my God. I'm wearing my Castle Rock, Maine shirt.
There you are,
yeah. And you were Ace Merrill in Stand By Me, who lived in Castle Rock.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
It's Casey's favorite movie of all time. And I wanted to ask you about that character and other characters in your acting career, because that one was earlier on in your career, and he was so nasty and so mean. That as you've gone through and formed other characters, if you've ever gone, I think I'll throw a little Ace in there, or do you do that? Do you mix and match and borrow pieces from characters and maybe put them to construct others together?
No, they kind of, each character is inspired and informed by the script that you have in front of you and the experiences that you've had as a human being up until that point. The thing that I've always been amazed about with films like Stand By Me that I've been so lucky to be a part of was the seemingly how unaware I was that it was great, when I look back, I think, man, you have been lucky because, when I first read that script, it was just a job. I didn't think it was going to turn into this amazing thing that Rob Reiner and the other kids turned it into. So I've been very fortunate to be along for the ride on some of these things. And I also remember it's the first and only time that I went on an audition where I was hired in the room. And that was Rob Reiner. And that was like the most incredible feeling to go in for a meeting. And then by the time you're going back to your car in the parking lot, you've actually got the job.
Yeah. No callbacks, no we'll get in touch, none of that.
I think it almost made me cry when I was a kid. I mean, it was just because it was such an important thing to get the first couple jobs down here in the States. And I'll always be grateful for Rob for doing that.
Wow. And that movie has hit me in different ways over the years, because I first watched it as a child, and there were things about the movie that I didn't get or understand because I was a kid at the time. And you seeing these 4 kids going on this amazing journey, and then all of a sudden at the end, like, they're not friends anymore. Like they went to middle school, and then as an adult. Yeah. And I actually have a friend of mine. I was just talking to him about it on Sunday. I went to kindergarten with this guy, and we're still friends to this day, but we were lamenting over the fact that, like, there were people on our last day of 8th grade. That was the last time I ever saw them.
Movie buffs, you're going to love it, because it's again time for the annual Philadelphia Film Fest. It's the 31st one.
It's amazing.
Yep, and it's always a great event, and we are happy to welcome to the program this morning our good friend from Philadelphia Film Society, Andrew Greenblatt.
Hey! Thanks for having me.
Nice to see you, sir.
Great to see you.
Are you the president?
CEO, executive director. Yeah.
All right, head
it's
honcho.
all the same.
Whatever it is.
The honcho.
It all works.
Yeah. The guy. All right, so I was reading this press release, Andrew, and I saw here that the Ritz East is opening up under a new name, under new management or something like that?
That's exactly right. It's ours now.
Okay.
We're super, super excited about it. It's our 3rd theater in Philly, and it is opening just in time for the festival.
I don't get to too many, I live out in the suburbs, so I don't get into the Philly theaters that often, and I always get the Ritz East and the Ritz at the Boers mixed up. Where are they?
They're both ours. But so the Bourse is on 4th Street between Market and Chestnut. right at the corner under the garage.
Yes.
And then the east is the one that is technically on National Park Service land. It's also under a garage, kind of between front and second on that Sansom walkway area. So it's 2 screens over there. The Bourse is 5.
Okay, and you've got 2 extra screens now or something like that?
Yeah, we picked up the extra 2 from the east. So 7 total screens in Old City plus the film center right in Center City.
Has that increased the film count? Because you usually show quite a lot of movies.
It really has.
Yeah.
And it was not our intention. We were still hoping to keep the festival under 100 narratives plus shorts.
Didn't work out, did it?
No, we're somewhere around 150 narratives and shorts together.
Wow. Listen, we've had you in for a number of years, and it's been, I can't believe that the film festival has been going on for 31 years, but I feel like I've seen it grow in popularity and buzz over the last, I would say, 5 to 7 years. I mean, it's really grown. But I wanted to ask you, because also, like, the Venice Film Festival, out of nowhere, has become this thing that, like, like you would hear about Cannes and Sundance, and like now Venice is. Do you know why that is?
Yeah, absolutely. Cannes was always the number one, and it still probably is. But what happened is there's this French law that says all films that play in competition in Cannes have to have a 60-day theatrical release, and France has not been willing to change that law.
Right.
Netflix will not commit to a 60-day release. They actually don't commit to a 30-day release.
Right.
So Netflix won't play Cannes, and Venice has been the beneficiary of that. So they get all these huge films that are slated for the end-of-year release that Netflix is putting out. Netflix, probably over the last 2, 3, 4 years, has released more films than any studio.
So the issue is they're a streaming service, and to qualify for the awards, like the Academy Awards and things of that nature, it has to run in a legitimate theater for a period of time, and so they don't want to play the way they're being asked to play. Correct?
That's correct. So Netflix has moved to theaters. They are playing in theaters, but they won't commit for the time frame.
Right.
So I think most of their big films that they'll put out in the fall, some that are in the festival like Glass Onion or like White Noise, they'll have 7, 14, maybe up to 28-day windows, but they won't go 60.
Yeah, the streaming services have changed a lot. Coda was Apple. Right, Apple Plus.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a crazy thing to see. So there's a lot of buzz on a lot of the movies that, as always. But what can we look for? What's the big buzz on the films at this year's festival?
I mean, there's so many. I always start with our opening night film, The Banshees of Inisherin, which is...
this looks really good. This is Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell, right?
Yeah, reuniting since In Bruges years ago. Yeah.
Right. And the trailer looks... Preston, the whole concept is he's really good friends. One of them suddenly decides he doesn't want to be friends with the other guy.
Oh, wow.
And he can't figure out why.
Oh.
And that's the whole conundrum, correct?
He can't figure out why he doesn't want to be friends?
Why he doesn't want to be friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so it's funny, it's sad, and it's really dark. It takes a turn.
Does it?
It's easily one of the best films we've watched this year, and we're thrilled to have it for opening night, and we've got a virtual conversation with with Carter Burwell, who's the world famous composer and music director.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah. Now there's a buzz about a movie I haven't even seen a trailer for yet, and it's Whale with Brendan Fraser.
Oh yeah.
And you guys have this, right?
We do. We've got The Whale as well. It's Darren Aronofsky's new film. Darren's been a friend of the festival. We had Black Swan open the festival years ago. That was probably when we started to kick off our solid run. And this film, it's interesting that we're talking about both this and Banshees at the same time, because the performances between Brendan Fraser in that and Colin Farrell in Banshees, they were the top 2 performances in Venice, and they'll be the top 2 probably when it comes down to things in the Oscar season.
There's been
Colin
footage
Farrell actually won Best Actor in Venice, which surprised everyone.
Wow. Okay, because Brendan Fraser has been cleaning up.
Incredible in the film.
And
exactly.
it's so on his, obviously he had sadly the Batgirl movie, which he was playing Firefly in. That's never to be seen. But in this case, there's a number of videos that have popped up of him in these various festivals winning the award and just getting overwhelmed with the response. A lot of people want to see him back on his game. And in this, he plays a morbidly obese man, correct?
600 pounds.
Right, yeah.
And the performance is supposed to be just amazing. Have you seen it yet?
It is. I highly recommend everybody see it. It's not easy, and it's adapted from a play, so some people may know the play.
Right.
But it's our big first Saturday screening, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting. And you mentioned Batgirl. I have to mention the directors of Batgirl, the film that will never be seen, have a film in the festival. We've got the North American premiere, and it's stunning. It's this weird mix of almost hip hop sequences, and dealing with terrorism in the Middle East.
These are the guys
it's called Rebel. Yeah,
they did Ms. Marvel.
They did the Bad Boys, the last Bad Boys.
Right.
movie.
And very kinetic, really inventive filmking.
Yes.
And they're dealing with terrorism.
Yes.
Wow.
And
okay.
It's stunningly good.
Wow.
Excellent. And how many? I think you've got more than 130 films total. So. How many different screens? How many different theaters? The full rundown. How do we get that?
Sure. So we're thrilled to say for the second consecutive year, we're using only Philadelphia Film Society venues. We just have more of them now. But all the information is on our website, filmadelphia.org. You can go there. You can buy tickets there. You can also come to the Film Center and buy tickets in person.
There are different packages, right?
There are. I mean, you can buy individual tickets.
Right.
You can also buy all access badges, which we recommend, especially because you can then still go to things that have sold out, and we already have things that have sold out.
Yeah.
So that's the best way. If you want to see like Glass Onion and see Ryan Johnson, the director who's coming and going to do a Q&A, you're going to have to get a badge at this point.
Yeah. We love Knives Out. It was great. And this is that the whole, that sort of mystery approach is just terrific. And he did a great job with Knives Out.
Is this the type of festival that hands out awards as well?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
We do a few different ones. We have a narrative competition. We have a documentary competition. We have a local competition for films made or tied to Philadelphia. We have a first filmmaker competition. Then we have a short film competition. So 5 different awards, plus the audience award that everybody gets to vote on.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Who votes for the awards? But there is an audience award?
There is an audience. So every film that's there is balloted and people vote. And we announce that one usually Tuesday, Wednesday after the fest. The other awards we actually announce on our closing night, Friday, the 28th, before the closing night film. And everything that's in competition plays again the following Saturday, Sunday. So when you know what won or what gets an honorable mention or an actor award, you have a chance to go see it.
That's cool. And I got to say, the appreciation of documentary films has really increased. I think a lot of this has had to do with Netflix and a lot of streaming services that are presenting a lot of these documentaries that people sort of seek out. And you've got some really great entries into this year. And the one that everyone is talking about is All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, correct?
Yeah, we have more docs in the festival than ever this year, it feels like. It's a huge year. And All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, it won the top award at Venice. It won the Golden Lion. It's the second documentary in history to do that. And Venice has been around 79 years.
Right.
It's stunningly powerful. It's about Nan Golden, the artist.
Yes.
Both her career and her mission to kind of take down the Sacklers and the prescription industry for Oxycodone abuse.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
It's supposed to be amazing.
It is amazing. It's our big closing night on the 28th. So right after we announce the awards, you can then watch this film, and I think everyone should see it. It's incredibly powerful.
Fabulous. All right, well, this all gets underway next Wednesday, goes through Sunday the 30th. So get your tickets now. And the website again, Andrew, please?
www.filmadelphia.org.
Filmadelphia.org. Excellent. Well, this is your opportunity. Get out, and if you got the time, go watch all these movies.
What night is the pornography?
Yes, when is pornography night?
Oh, those are the AVNs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Well, listen, congrats on putting it together again. We hope everything goes wonderfully for you. And thanks for coming in and letting us know about it.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Andrew Greenblatt. From the Philadelphia Film Society. All right, we're going to take a break and come back in a second. All these Philly-centric things going on. The Burger Brawl. We got to talk to our buddy Rob, who's coming by. He's the head honcho. Then we have all the head honchos here today.
Yeah.
And we've also got the Beef Aisle and Uhulu.
It's Honcho Thursday.
It's Honcho Thursday. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I've got my own hotel room. I'm being paid. I'm 17 years old. This has nothing to do with my parents. For all of those reasons, again, talking about the firsts that you do in your life. It was an incredibly, incredibly exciting time.
As you moved through your career, and I mean, it's an amazing career, on the screen, because you've played William Burroughs and Jack Bauer. Which are, as you know, author of The Naked Lunch and one of the great action guys of all time. And I know you have a very good work ethic, and the mindset early on was to just get the role. But as you were able to have some impact and weight and make the selections, what informed what you chose throughout your career?
Just whatever moves you. It's not more complicated than someone picking up a book and for whatever reason this book moves them and makes them inspires them more than the other book. So generally, if I'm reading a script and I can't put it down, it's going to be something I'm interested in doing. And having said that, I've made close to 100 films, so I've made mistakes. There are a couple films I'm sure that I read that I didn't understand, and when I see the movie, I'm like, "How did you not get that?"
Is that a liability? And you mentioned, you didn't realize what you had with Stand By Me. I would think it'd be hard for an actor who's doing the job to be in it, surrounded by all of this stuff that's going on, and to be very aware, completely aware of how something is turning out. Is that?
Yes, I mean, that's a very fair statement. I mean, and there's some people that are clearly must be better at it. Like, I think Tom Hanks must have some inner gene that's like, this is going to be a huge hit because he keeps making them. I wasn't given that gene, and having said that, so many things need to go right for a film or a play to work, or for a song or an album to work. And for instance, 24 was a perfect example. It was my first foray into television. And for those out there that don't know, you make a pilot, you make the first episode, and then if it gets picked up, you then go make the first season. But if it doesn't, you still get paid.
Right.
And when I thought the likelihood of 24 getting picked up was pretty minimal. So I thought, I'll go do the pilot. It won't get picked up. I'll still get paid. No one will know. And, it was the luckiest gift I've ever had as an actor, and did it for a decade. So, wow. So I don't know if any of your kids want to get into film, probably the best bet is to not send me the script and ask me what I think.
Two real quick things, Kiefer. My mom drinks J&B, so you're not alone. You, my mom, and the Beatles. And you do play a great dick, because in A Few Good Men, you were really not likable at all. And you pulled it off successfully. I think you're a really likable person. I'm loving this conversation with you. But that movie, was it fun to be kind of a villain in that movie?
Well, it's those characters, and especially by design, like Ace Merrill and Lieutenant Kendrick in A Few Good Men, they're just designed to be that. There's no real depth to them. There's kind of a black and white character that this is who you're against.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they are so pointed as characters makes them very fun, because all your energy goes into that. There's no complex layering. He's just, as you said on your radio station, he's a dick. So lean into it.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
It's got to be. All right, well, listen, Kiefer, we know you got to run. This has been so much fun to talk to you. We really appreciate it, and excited about the fact that you're coming into Philadelphia. Kiefer's show is going to be at the Ardmore Music Hall. It's on March 12th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. at ardmoremusic.com. The album is called Bloor Street. Some great music. It's got a country vibe to it. If that's your thing, then you're definitely on board.
Yeah, it's very, very solid.
Yeah, so thanks so much, man.
Man, thank you guys so much. And Steve, I believe it's your happy birthday. So
no, it's Preston. It's Preston, but thank you.
Oh, is it Preston's birthday today?
Yeah. But I get one.
Man, I'm so sorry, but happy birthday.
Oh, there you go.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate it, Kiefer. Good luck with everything.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah. Wow. And there's so much more that we could have covered. Even we could have gone another hour.
Yeah,
just talking to him about all his movies. TV shows.
It's still an interesting thing though, because you have a guy who's the vast movie career, but he is passionate about the music, and he really is sinking a lot into it. And if you do give it a listen, I mean, you did mention a little bit of Springsteen-esque. There's even a bit I think of Warren Zevon, and there's and it's personal, and he does a good job relaying that through the music.
I meant to and wanted to ask him about. He performed at the company's Christmas party. We weren't at that, but it was like for like national sales and.
No, you didn't want to bring.
Yeah, were you in here when we were talking?
Well, no. So I wanted to ask about Matt. So Matt Cowper was the
organizer.
He was the master of ceremonies, and he wore a bright red.
I saw you in Stand By Me. That was sick. was that dead body real?
Played Eighth.
You played Eighth. That was sick.
Oh my God!
Are there really a few good men, or is there just one good man? Sick. Were the boys really lost?
Wait, he was wearing a red outfit,
A red
suit?
blazer, like
Yeah,
almost like a Santa Claus, but it's fitted perfectly to or imperfectly to his body.
I had it tailor made, so it can show my V. Sick.
Your V.
Casey, I was glad you got to bring up Stand By Me because I think now you've been able to ask Rob Reiner, Will Wheaton, Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell.
Yep.
Now Kiefer,
Probably Corey Feldman at some point because we've had him on. We had him in studio back in.
I bet you could have asked River Phoenix if he was still alive.
By the way,
covered everybody
on. I think it's Hulu. Hulu has a series. It's a Vice series, and they touch on there's a whole episode on River Phoenix, the Viper Room.
Heard about, I heard it's really good.
It's really, really good.
I'll tell you the thing about Stand By Me, and there are other movies like that you watch it and you dread almost the end of Stand By Me and it's a wonderful thing and it's the way life works, but the sadness of what you had and
the Sandlot, things like that.
It's the way things are.
Yeah,
and
it's what's important to you as a kid at that time. I mean,
it means everything.
They're sitting around the fire, and he goes, "We talked about things that are important to kids at that time. What's your favorite flavor Pez? Or candy and stuff like that. And it's just a simpler time that's great to reminisce about, and that's done so lovingly well." In that movie, so it's cool. I'm glad he had noticed. I said, "Yeah, I'm wearing my Castle Rock shirt." He's like, "Yeah, I noticed." Very cool, man.
Yeah, awesome. Great guy. Great guest. I'd love to get him on again.
Our next guests are here to promote a movie of which the trailer is one that has made me laugh out loud. This morning, I kept watching this part over and over, absolutely cracking up. And we're going to ask these guys about it because I was just dying. And we welcome back a Philly boy to our studios. He's been here before. We love him. He's so great to this city. Kevin Hart is here, and Ice Cube is here. As well. Hey, guys.
What's your man?
How you feeling?
Doing great, man. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Kevin,
hey, that's my line, homie.
You didn't work this out ahead of time?
No, man. See the problem I had to deal with?
There you go. Something tells me this was a lot of fun to work on the movie Right Along.
Yo, it was a lot of fun to work with. As soon as we can get Kevin, into the set, what I'm saying, to work, he did a pretty good job, what I mean?
You have no problems.
Getting him out them strip clubs is murder, you know what I'm saying? Picking glitter out his face, it's just not cool.
Not a regular at the Purple Orchid, are you, man?
Yeah, don't listen to this nonsense Cube is talking about. Dude, let me tell you something. Right now, we couldn't be more excited about a movie in our life, man. Me and Cube got the opportunity right now to have a film jump in the same conversations as these other buddy cop movies that have done so much. When you think buddy cop movies, you think
48
Bad Boys,
Hours,
Rush Hours, 48 Hours.
I love them. There's a great dynamic, but the key with any movie like this to work is the chemistry, and it seems like you guys hit the ground running with it.
Instant chemistry, and that's kind of weird because with the other comedians that I've worked with over the years, we've had to build to a cool place, but it was instant with Kevin.
You in the plot conceit here is that you're an actual detective.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're a pain in the ass school cop. Which you're going to marry your sister, who's your life. You're one connection through to the real world.
Yes, I've my character has taken care of my sister. Our parents are out the picture, and so she's almost like a daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're very protective.
Overprotective, and I'm on a big case. I'm trying to track down the biggest drug dealer in Atlanta. So the last thing I need is this fly in my ear by the name of Ben bugging me trying to marry my sister. And he's just not what I think he should be.
So you decided to take him on a ride along, which might kind of scare him out of this whole thing.
That's the plan, man. Just scare the hell out of him.
Right.
You're Denzel to his Ethan Hawke.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Training day upside down.
Yeah, upside down on his ear.
You know what's funny though? There's an aspect to it. I'm a gamer, so and you, Kevin, your character believes sort of in a way that because you're accomplished at video gaming, that would translate into the real world.
Yes, I solely believe that this is a real thing.
And I guarantee you, there are a lot of dudes, because you'll hear it when you're playing.
I can promise you there are.
There are a lot of dudes that think they could be dropped down in Fallujah and have no problem.
I can assure you that I've met these guys.
Yeah.
I was doing a press junket, and one of the guys, this guy, the blacknerds.com
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
He has a website called blacknerds.com.
Right.
And he was serious. He was like, I'm basically here for all black nerds. Give us a place to come, and we basically reside here, and we talk about things, But as a gamer, he was talking about himself as a gamer. As a gamer, I'm a different type of person. This world that I'm in, Kevin, I respect you for going there because it's me. I'm above a platinum level. I'm actually on the game that I play. There's a diamond level, and there's only and we didn't know what the hell he was talking about. We're like, hey man, ask me about the movie, man. I don't know what you talking about, man.
The scene I was referring to when I introduced you guys is you're both interrogating this guy, and Cube, you're saying, you better tell me what I need to know. And Kevin's scared to decide to act like he's the crazy cop and just starts wigging out on the guy and accidentally shoots him. Your reaction, Kevin, your face, just the immediate switch it went off to, oh my God, I just shot this guy. And then Cube, you pick it up. He just shot you. That's how serious we are. When you did that scene, were you the one who pulled the trigger on the gun, or did they surprise you with that bang? Or
no? Well, on the day, actually, we were trying to figure it out because first of all, they don't like me with guns on the set. I'm the last person they want with a gun just because I just don't know how to handle them in real life. So Cube's like, Kev, hey, make sure somebody check Kev's gun, show me that it's blank. His thing is me shooting him by accident. So on the day, of course, it's empty, and we just sound affected.
Okay,
so it's just physical, and then after that, you sound affected at the end.
Damn, that was funny.
And the director is
Tim Story,
who did
Barbershop, Fantastic Four, and Think Like a Man.
Great movie. Now, Barbershop, I assume there was an improvisational atmosphere. Did you get to do a lot of improving on a movie like this?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I think when you get it right, you start off with a funny script that you're laughing at out loud when you're reading it, and you make sure that script is tight, but you do leave room for the actors to play. And Tim says, get it off the script once, and then y'all can have fun with it. And then, this dude, he don't stop. You know what I mean? He don't stop.
I improv because I can't read. So I basically, I have problems with my T's, H's, and R's. So I'd rather just wing it sometimes.
You got the Danny Glover thing going on.
If I don't recognize the word, I just go off book. That's my motto.
Kevin, I have to indicate how proud Philadelphia is of your success.
Thank you, man.
I mean, because you've been here in our studio before, and I remember last time you were here was back in 2009. You were playing the Tower Theater. That's a big room, and we were all impressed at how you were, continuing in your success on the way up. And then the next thing, you're selling out the Wells Fargo Center, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
amazing.
It's unheard of, man. I try not to think about it because I don't want to go crazy.
Well, you know what? To me, you're doing it the right way because it seems like you keep you enjoy your work and you enjoy your personal life. And you keep
bizarre file. Are we gonna talk to Rob here?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to switch these things for me then.
Why?
Okay, I'll play this in. Oh, okay. See, I saw Cheeseburger in Paradise, and I thought that made more sense. All right, the Philly Burger Brawl is, sorry, I was confused, is coming up. It's Sunday, October 23rd, and we would like to welcome the organizer, the man behind it all, Rob Wasserman, who is here today.
What's up, guys?
Nice to see you, sir.
It's been a little pause, I feel like.
Yes. Yeah.
It has been, but it's back in all its glory, man.
We are so excited. If you can imagine 60 restaurants this year, it's like the biggest one yet.
And it's returning to its original location. Well, not its original location, but the Xfinity
That
complex.
is correct.
Yeah.
Live music. We're expecting a banner crowd of like probably 5,000 people to show up for this one. It's going to be insane.
It's something that keeps growing, and then the word gets out. It's actually a family event now.
That's true.
I have a number of people coming in from multiple states to participate in the Burger Brawl.
That's
They love it
awesome.
that much.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that.
And by the way, thank you to Local Pez for stopping by this morning and dropping off their Local Pez Double Smash Burger. They've been driving by burgers like weekly, a couple times a week. We've
It
been
will
getting
really
burgers in
help
the
your
morning.
waistline, all the eating that you're having right now.
Keeping an eye on things, but not anymore. All right. So the event says noon to 3. Is that
Yeah, so we're going to be
Okay.
doing 11 to 3 this year, VIP hour. VIP starts at 11. If you want to come in, you get an hour of quiet and peace and quiet of just eating by yourself.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun. And obviously with Jim Beam being one of the main sponsors, we're doing a cocktail competition. So that's always a fun time. It's a great day, and it's all for an amazing cause. So you can't ask for anything more, and especially Philadelphia right now. For all the restaurants to come out after COVID and being able to like really chip in.
It's a tall order.
Yeah, it is.
And the
It
fact
is.
that they're doing it is great.
And, so we're really appreciative, but they understand it's all for a good cause.
And explain what the cause is for people.
Yeah,
who
so
are
this year
unaware.
we're actually partnering with Parks and Rec and the School District of Philadelphia. And it's really under their crime initiative to get at-risk kids off the streets after school for school programming. And what we're doing this year is we're going to be building some esports centers in the rec halls.
Yeah.
So it's really to get these kids to come in. And as much as they're going to love about playing the games, we're really trying to look at it on the educational side, which is STEM, and trying to get the science and technology side of it for them to say, hey, if one of these kids gets intrigued or interested about computers and the science of it, well, we've done our job. So
This is what you've always sort of been connected to, computer labs and things
we
like
were
that.
doing computer labs prior.
Yeah.
And now this year, when we were talking to the school district, most schools in Pennsylvania, if you can imagine, already have esports teams.
Right.
Well, the school district of Philadelphia does not. And it's just because of the financial wherewithal to do it. So we're going to be seeding that also and getting kids, boys and girls, to get into after-school programming and get into these, teams and start competing. Listen, I don't know about you. It seems like Philadelphia is a competitive type of town.
Right.
So I think our kids should be competing also.
I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely.
With the Burger Brawl itself, you have some pretty straight ahead burgers. You've got some that are a little more esoteric, a little more adventurous. And do you have categories, or is it just one king of the burgers?
We're at the point, if you can imagine, that we're doing brackets now. So
Okay.
it's so many burgers that we have about, I think it's 40 judges for the first round, and then it keeps it just widows.
Casey and I are
yeah,
judging,
you're all in. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance if you're going to blow your colon off of this one, but it's going to be bad. It's going to be.
I remember years ago when the judges would get full-size burgers.
Oh, yeah.
That changed.
Oh, I think you actually are the one that complained enough to tell me that
I had
we
meat
need-
sweats for a year. Yeah, so it's good. But everything's all different types are represented. I tend to favor the classic approach, and there's all sorts of variables involved with that. Some people like the extra stuff and the chicken and the shrimp or whatever.
I'm not in disagreement with you.
Yeah.
I'm totally a simplistic kind of guy with that, where it comes with that. And I you see the simplicity of certain burgers where the product itself is really speaking out. But one of the big winners and has taken the competition a few years was Lucky's Last Chance. And they had the peanut butter and jelly burger.
And it's great.
It blew my mind.
Yeah,
And that's
it
the
is.
creativity you're saying. There's so many styles that, these chefs take it serious. So there's so many styles that they kind of bring in here. So when I called Lucky's and I told him, I was like, listen, you're done. You're not competing. He was like, what do you mean I'm not competing? I'm like, I'm actually pushing you up to be a judges here because it's nuts.
Yes, they're almost a goat status.
Exactly.
The burger is a symphony, right? And a lot of instruments belong in the symphony. And then some you would I don't necessarily know if this belongs here or not. And you don't know until you hear it or until you taste it.
It's true. We've been actually on Instagram where my social media person is taking me around. And I'll go try with the burgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Frankfurt Hall, which is a banging barbecue place.
Yeah.
And they did a little brisket, burger. They're going to bring to the competition. And excuse me, that's Feta Sal. But next door at Frankfurt Hall, they're putting, you ready for this? They're putting cheesesteak. They're putting the cheese on it, Cheese Whiz, and then they're adding Spam. They add instead of the bacon. So they're putting Spam on. I'm looking at this burger on a pretzel bun.
Right.
I'm looking at this burger. I'm like, where's the burger?
Yeah.
But honestly, I tried it and I was blown away. So God bless them, man. You
the
never
great thing
know.
to remember too is you go, you get your ticket, you're going to be able to sample everything the judges are sampling.
Yeah. That's the insane part.
Yeah, yeah.
So the one ticket price gets you in that door, and you honestly can try 60 burgers if you want to die.
And I would always recommend. You're not opposed to people coming in with the container if they want to grab some, right?
Yeah. And listen, kids under 10, like you said, it's a family event. Kids under 10 can come in for free.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it's supposed to be for everyone. And I think we're one of the bigger competitions now in the area.
I'd say.
So it's a blast. It's a lot of fun for everyone.
It is great. It really is.
All right, and if you want to get the list of the competitors and buy your tickets and everything, PhillyBurgerBrawl.com. Is the place, but you want to go and get those in advance because it's rapidly approaching. It's going to be on. It's a week from this Sunday.
It's amazing. I can't believe it's already here. I'm pretty excited about that because my wait is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Take a pause.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck with everything. We're happy to be a part of it again.
I really appreciate it.
All right, buddy Rob. Let's give it up for him, gang. And the Burger Brawl coming to Philadelphia once again, or in Philadelphia once again. So PhillyBurgerBrawl.com. All right, we're supposed to do the Bizarre File, so we ought to do it.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Just one goddamn minute. I have tickets to the Burger Brawl.
Hey!
So you know what? I'll take caller number 11, and I will give them to you. 215-263-WMMR. I should have done that before I signed off with Rob there, but we'll take caller number 11, and we will give you those tickets, and you will be able to go and enjoy the Burger Brawl. All right, so I'll start with a food story, sort of, in the Bizarre File to segue into this. A Yorkshire, England man has been tormented by a stranger who screams the word porridge through his letterbox.
Okay. He screams the word porridge through his letterbox.
The mystery neighbor has been shouting strange things about porridge through his letterbox at odd hours during the middle of the night. Porridge! For the past 3 weeks, the man is at his wit's end, and he is pleading with the porridge whisperer, he calls him, to stop immediately.
Is he whispering or yelling?
No, he's yelling.
Right.
Well, he does whisper something, so he took to social media with an appeal telling the stranger to stop it and grow up. He wrote the appeal below on a public Facebook group. He wrote, "Apologies if this post is not allowed, but I'm wanting to get to the bottom of this as I am at my wit's end. I live at Range Court Flats in Boothtown, and for the past 3 weeks, someone is still opening my letterbox flap in the middle of the night and shouting, 'Porridge! Porridge!' And sometimes it's porridge time, Papa Bear, or once he was, 'Eat it before it goes cold, Papa.' But that was said in a whisper. So,
chilling.
Eat it before it goes cold, Papa. Eat it raw, Papa. He said, 'It's my special porridge. Before you ask, no porridge.' He said, 'Before you ask, no porridge has been left at any times. This is clearly an unwelcome visitor, and I would like to stop ASAP.
You should probably eat some porridge.
If this is you.'"
I think I saw Sly Stallone by your friend.
I think you should eat some porridge.
The post... Was that a laugh?
Yeah.
He's cracking himself
You
up.
should probably eat some farina.
Oh my God. I don't know.
Cracking himself up.
The post attracted lots of attention with hundreds of comments and likes in response. The majority of commenters saw the funny side of the whole bizarre situation.
It could be chilling, though, as you said. Somebody whispering, taking time to do that.
Papa Bear, eat your porridge.
Do you know there's several varieties of porridge? Sly, maybe you knew this.
Yeah.
I do.
There's maize.
Yes.
Millet.
Which is what the Indians call corn.
Oat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Rice.
Yes.
Sorghum.
Yeah, sorghum.
And wheat.
He's one of the wizards in Harry Potter.
The porridge that must not be made.
God. Oh, my God. All right, I'm moving on to this story. Listen to these idiots. 2 fathers in Florida were arrested following a road rage incident during which each man allegedly shot the other's young daughter. William Joseph Hale and Frank Gilliard Allison were both taken into custody on Saturday evening and charged with 1 count each of attempted second-degree murder. Sheriff Bill Leeper described the men's behavior as stupid and crazy during a press briefing.
And potentially deadly.
Yeah, they were charged with attempted murder. The road rage incident occurred a little after 6 p.m. and resulted in multiple 911 calls for reports of people being shot. A witness allegedly told deputies that the 35-year-old Hale was driving a black Dodge Ram with 5 occupants inside, while 43-year-old Allison was driving a gray Nissan Murano with 3 occupants. The witness described the interaction between the 2 vehicles as a cat and mouse game and said that he called 911 because both cars were driving so erratically that the witness knew something was going to happen. Investigators were able to determine that both Hale and Allison were speeding, driving erratically, and brake checking each other. At some point during the encounter, the driver of the Dodge Ram, Hale, got up alongside the Nissan, who was Allison, began shouting to pull over. The right front passenger of the Nissan put her hand out of the window and flipped the other vehicle off with her middle finger. The Nissan driver, Allison, rolled down his window and shouted back at the driver, and a plastic water bottle was thrown from the Dodge Ram into the Nissan. Well, the driver of the Nissan, Allison, then grabbed his 6-hour 45 caliber automatic handgun and fired a shot at the other truck before driving away at a high rate of speed. The bullet went into the right rear passenger door of the Dodge Ram and struck Hale's 5-year-old daughter in the leg.
God.
Allison told investigators that he fired the shot because he just wanted to get out of the whole situation. Well, after seeing the Nissan speed away, Hale realized his daughter had been shot, sped up after the other vehicle. After catching up to the Nissan, Leeper said Hale used a Glock 9mm semi-automatic handgun and began firing with his left hand out of the driver's side window. Hale allegedly told investigators he shot everything that was in the magazine, which was approximately 7 or 8 rounds. At least 3 bullets struck the Nissan, with one hitting Allison's 14-year-old daughter in the back, causing a collapsed lung.
Jesus Christ.
Shortly after the second child was shot, both vehicles spotted a patrol car and pulled over. The 2 men began arguing and then fought until a deputy broke up the scuffle. So these guys, each of them has a bleeding, shot daughter.
Yeah.
And they're
not enough.
Fighting.
Not enough to distract them.
Insane. Fire and rescue units reported to the scene and transported both girls to a local hospital. They had non-life-threatening wounds. The fathers are both booked into the county jail on attempted murder charges, mind you.
Ugh.
All right. Oh, man, it's time, isn't it?
It's time.
All right. Let me do one more, though. Okay. We'll end with this one. A longtime educator with ties to Pennsylvania and South Jersey who served as a high school principal by day was a peeping Tom by night.
Oh.
Danny McEddy was...
He's still here?
He's the peeping Tom. Danny McEddy was denied release during a detention hearing Wednesday.
Porridge.
Following...
I can see your hiney.
Following a late September arrest, he is charged with at least 3 peeping Tom incidents, a burglary, and on at least one occasion unlawfully entering a home.
I can see your nutsack.
You don't hear about peeping Tom charges that much these days.
Dude, this guy's a principal.
Yeah.
He's a high school. I don't know, it was a high school principal, but anyhow. So he had apparently
Doesn't
grabbed.
matter.
No,
high school or
It's more
not.
acceptable in junior high.
The same
I don't know if he was
victim.
a high school principal.
A victim had installed a Ring doorbell system, which caught the principal peering into her windows. Again, the police said that there may be more victims out there. They say the 39-year-old actions became a pattern and usually happen at night. The crimes all occurred in Sicklerville and Pittman, by the way. So, and there you go. That's what. That's what I have. That's what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, hey, we're past 10 o'clock. Here we go.
Here it is, MMR's Yoo-Hoo Loot. Now, listen up. Here's your keyword.
All right, the word is special. SPECIAL. And you have until 15 minutes after the outer end of that. There are 3 ways to do it. Text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911, or you can enter it via the MMR app or at WMMR.com. One random entry wins $1,000 in our company-wide contest, and each winner gets a call from Beasley, so make sure that you do answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com. Sponsored by Horizon Services. So again, the word is special, SPECIAL. Enter it now. Good luck to you. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Trash Music News coming up.
Preston and Steve on
on 93.3 WMMR.
I like Steve, man. Steve gets me. I like Steve, man. I don't know where Steve got his research from, but he ain't been wrong yet. Steve is all right, man.
You know, y'all should do the sequel together.
Man, Steve chemistry is great, man.
Well, you guys are riding along and ride along too.
Right.
Maybe you're listening to the radio while driving through Philly.
I think so.
Or,
I'll take that.
Or Steve is the gamer. I don't know, something, man. We go to Steve's house. He's got all types of weird gaming artifacts.
You and I are drinking milk together.
Something. I like it.
I did want to say, though, on behalf of the city and everything, your generosity has been fantastic.
Thank you,
A
man.
whole bunch of computers. And there was that little incident where some of them were clipped.
Yeah, they stole them.
Stole computers. You're trying to do something good for the city.
Oh, son of a...
Yeah, Steve, I mean, Kevin, you didn't donate the computers and then steal them back.
No, listen.
That ain't cool.
I didn't steal
Kevin,
them back.
that ain't cool.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you something about old Kevin Hart. See, here's the thing. You can't keep old Kevin Hart down. At the end of the day, I bleed Philadelphia. So at the end of the day, I step up for my city. And I understand where our public school system is, and I understand the problems that we're going through. So rather than being a talker, I took it upon myself to take my own money, $250,000 I did. I took it out of my account, and I bought the computers. I didn't want any help. I didn't go after sponsors. So being that somebody came in and stole them, all you do is motivate me to do more and to do it bigger. And at the end of the day, my job is to just give kids hope that are in the same position that I was in, that are coming up in the same community that I was in, to show them that, hey, look, you know what, guys care, people do come back. These guys don't make it out the city and just go on to do whatever. The fact that they still physically see me and they can still talk to me and reach me, that's all I need. I know that I'm reaching somebody and giving them that motivation. Cube, I'm such a good dude.
Yeah,
what part you are a good dude. You are a good dude.
All right, well, listen, the movie is opening up on the 17th. Like I said, it looks hilarious. And as Steve said, we're looking at a franchise, I think. I mean,
it looks that way,
It looks great. It's called Ride Along. Make sure you go check it out. Thank you, Kevin Hart and Ice Cube. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, man.
You bet. Let's hear it, man. Ice Cube.
I had somebody tell me yesterday, I'm going to bring it back to this. They were like, it was so enlightening to hear you guys talk about a female-based product, the menstrual cup, not fart jokes and porn.
Here we are.
We're back.
And we just did it all.
Don't worry.
We did it all.
Absolutely.
Hey, this might be the perfect opportunity. All right, Marissa, I sent you guys this instructional video.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday. Did you watch it?
Well, I heard you watching it in the office, and I could hear it, and I'm like, what? It's got to be some sort of sex toy or something.
So it's this bizarre product, and I sent it to all of you guys. And the subject line I used was instructional video. Please watch. Nobody got back to me. Like not one person responded to me, and I'm like, did I offend Marissa and Kathy? Well, I know I didn't offend Kathy because she was in the same room.
That's a terrible feeling when you send out something you think, oh my God, did I cross the line?
Right.
And I wanted to watch it, and you were making such a thing about it that I wanted to not be distracted, and I never got around to it.
Marissa, see if you can grab the audio from that, and I don't know if it's fully. If we can play it or not, but there are specific body parts. I don't think it talks about insertion or anything like that, but it is this quote-unquote massage piece of machinery that is one of the most involved-looking things I've ever seen. If it's indeed made for, it has to be.
Back here is the carburetor.
Oh my God,
it's complicated.
Oh,
It is.
yeah, and it is there for pleasure, right? You know, if you make it all the way through, okay, you know, because things go in things, and other things go in other things, and
there are some things that and we've talked. I remember one time we did. I think we were doing an appearance at maybe Risque's store or whatever when it existed, and there were things in there I would have thought were actually involved in construction that were that there's no way that is a sexual thing.
But Kath, when you were talking about sending things to people, and I have done that, I've sent things to you, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then I go, oh wait, no, she has sent me the picture of that guy sitting on the on the side of his bed
with his giant penis.
with his giant thing hanging out. I'm like, okay, I think I might be safe here.
I love when they will insert. They will have like a dignitary at some meeting, like a parliament, and they will insert that picture in one of the frames behind him.
Dude, the latest one, it was a COVID test.
Yep.
And I sent it to Kathy. I'm like, dude, I think I came back positive, and she's like, dude, I got this like 3 days ago.
I didn't say that. I sent you a screenshot of the text that Preston sent me
I had
that
already
said,
said
I
it
think
to
I
her.
tested positive.
There was only one person I wanted to send that to, and that was Kathy. Yeah, listen, I bought Kathy for one of her birthdays like a butthole polisher one time.
Aw.
Right?
Yeah,
I thought it was nice.
Right?
Yeah. So you can't cross the line with her.
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't. Yes, I don't get offended by anything. I don't think it's all funny, but
Yeah.
I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I don't get offended if you
Yeah.
get me a butt plug. or
Like I've
whatever.
lost, I traded in, and I've always said this. I say of offensive things all the time. I do not have the right to get offended. You know, it's just
Right.
it's my deal.
Right.
If I dish it out, I have to be able to take it.
Right.
But if Kathy ever wanted to get us fired,
Oh my god!
Jesus. Oh yeah, there's so much ammo. It's not even.
I mean, then all you have to do
remotely
is
funny.
show the text from her on the phone.
Yeah.
You'll be reinstated.
I
will also
my mind.
I will also think of the time that you put a Sharpie in my butt crack, and you don't remember that, but I do. I'm
No.
like, yes.
Did I draw on your butt?
No. I was like bent over, and my crack was showing, and you were like,
Wow. Okay.
Do we have it over the audio?
No, I don't. Are you editing it?
It might
Marissa?
have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's you don't need to. We don't need to hear all of it. It's just I want to get the tone of this guy that is doing the narration for it. That is actually the instruction. It's like he's being as serious as you can possibly be about it.
I love that.
And talking about this stuff that's just like
It's like these things, and we never play these fully, but
Dad, can I talk to you for a minute?
yeah.
There's a much longer piece of that. But I love. And
What is the exact product?
I don't
it's like
even
a pleasure
know.
device. It's
Okay.
something you buy for, and
It's
there's.
got to be extremely expensive
Yeah,
because it's super complicated.
I was curious as to what the cost was, but it's for the front and the back and the underneath.
Simultaneously?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
is
the
it
thing
like
that
a,
goes
is it
in
like
the
a
back-
Sibian?
The thing that goes in the back, no, it's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Is it a revolution in home entertainment?
Like I can't even explain it.
Okay, so remember when we were talking about packing a flounder before?
Yes,
Okay.
uh-huh.
So there's essentially this thing that packs a flounder for you, but it's there to
here we
stimulate things.
Oh.
So it,
Okay.
But it's just wild that, like, Press, you talk about the narration, but like somebody also had to animate this.
Yes.
Like,
There's a professional animator with it too. Here, I'll play some of it.
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager, all body parts in contact with the massager and the massager itself shall be fully cleaned.
Uh-huh.
After assembling the massager, lock the rear massage bar in the initial position, adjust the front massage bar to the maximum angle away from the body, and tie the belt at the waist.
There's a belt.
Smear
Okay.
the orange lubricant on the anus and surround.
Oh, you got to watch that one.
She missed that.
She missed that one.
It's okay.
I would say
The anus sensor. Yeah.
So
It is funny what we can and can't say because it's all technical terms.
it is.
It is.
But there are some. We get away with murder in so much.
And
the
I
that
guess
skin,
yeah.
the surrounding skin of the perineum, thigh, inside, and all surfaces of massage head in contact with the skin uniformly.
Okay, that's all we're gonna play.
So initially when I saw the picture of it, I thought it was one of those office chairs that you sit in that doesn't have a back to it, but it's actually a device that you wear. You can wear standing up. There's a pin on it like a grenade.
I would need the instructions for this device. What the hell?
This
is happening?
you have seen nothing like this. I want to get one of these in the studio. Do they have a price?
No, but I'll bet you it's a few $1,000s. Look at this.
So
Wait, I'm sorry.
See that wraps around.
is that supposed to go over your Johnson?
There you and then it goes up and
There
down.
you go.
Watching the animation. But what I can't figure out is the seat part of it.
The seat looks like a ski boot.
It does. It looks like a ski boot.
So you sit on a ski boot.
Hey,
while it.
Without looking behind you, Steve, who do you think is in the studio now?
Bill?
Yes.
Bill.
He just came into the studio. He's shaking his head. He's
he
not
has
happy.
one of these.
It was his birthday on Sunday.
He came in to clarify.
He's going to let us know the price.
What do those things cost, Bill?
You should get one that instead of a motorcycle seat.
Bill, honestly, have you ever seen anything like this in your life?
You know, I'm in my office last night, long after you've gone.
Right.
I listened to the Kathy Menstrual Cup segment because I missed it live.
What'd you think? It's pretty on November 12th. So the question we're going to ask, okay, why not? This was just like 10 minutes ago. Which British breakfast food makes Sylvester Stallone giggle like a little schoolgirl? Every now and then I like to do one from just a little while ago.
Yeah.
215-263-WMMR. Which British breakfast food makes Sylvester Stallone giggle like a little schoolgirl? If you heard it just a moment ago and you know you should call because you could win.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you this morning by Jersey Mike's. Planning your game day football feast? Well, Jersey Mike's has got you covered with everything you're going to need for a great party or tailgate. Order ahead on the Jersey Mike's app and skip the line. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. What's going on, Steve?
Well, Amanda Bynes has decided on a career change and recently enrolled in cosmetology school. Bynes says it has always been a dream of hers to visit space.
All right. Wait, seriously?
Yes, she has. Sarah Ferguson is opening up about taking care of the late Queen Elizabeth's beloved corgis. Ferguson says her biggest challenge with caring for Muick and Sandy has been keeping Prince Andrew from having sex with them.
Oh, my God.
And finally, William Daniels, who played Mr. Feeney in the classic show Boy Meets World, says he turned down the role twice because he did not want to do a sitcom. Daniels says he eventually changed his mind after realizing he would be within boner distance when Topanga turned 18.
Oh, my God.
And that's your Hollywood.
All right, we are looking for an answer to this question. Which British breakfast food makes Sylvester Stallone giggle like a little girl? And we'll go to Tom to see if we can get an answer. Hey, Tom, good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Great, buddy. All right, so what food is it that makes Sylvester Stallone giggle like a little schoolgirl?
Porridge.
Porridge. That's correct, Tom. Hang on. Got yourself tickets to In Conversation with The Sopranos featuring Steve Schirripa, Vincent Pastore, and Michael Imperioli. And that will be Saturday, November 12th at the Keswick Theater in Glenside. And tickets are on sale now via AXS.com.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
Velociraptor. Brought to you this morning by Dylan's RV Center. You're going to find the hottest deals of the year on thousands of RVs from New Jersey's top dealers at the Wildwood RV Show. And it's going to be October 21st through the 23rd at the Wildwoods Convention Center. Well, after Blink-182 announced this week that they were reuniting, bassist and vocalist Mark Hoppus said that he had a hard time keeping the secret. He was at a Dodgers game recently when a fan approached him and asked if there was ever going to be a chance that they would record again. Hoppus said the guy was so sincere, he wanted to just tell him right there. In the long run, Hoppus was able to wait a few days to reveal that Tom DeLonge was joining him and Travis Barker for a new album and tour. And Blink-182's new single, Edging, is set to drop this week. Can't wait to hear.
Is it, in fact, do we know? Because they do have playful.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the sexual act of edging.
Yeah.
Probably because they're the ones that came. Were they the ones that came up with Bajmer?
They're Bajmer.
Yeah.
Listen, if
Take
you've
off
ever
your pants and jacket.
If you've ever seen them in concert, it's all like farts and then even the promo video that they sent out was all double entendre stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
So it has to be.
Maybe. Ousted Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist Josh Klinghoffer believes that he was actually held back creatively during his decade-long tenure in the band. In 2019, the Chili Peppers fired him upon John Frusciante's return to the group.
You actually held me back.
Klinghoffer, who now performs as part of Eddie Vedder's side band, The Earthlings, as well as a touring member of Pearl Jam, spoke frankly to Guitar World and said, obviously, it's sad when something is taken from you. I did a perfect 10 years with them, but for as much as I love those guys and love playing with them, it was also enormously stifling creatively. They're an established band with an established sound, and I learned over time how little deviating from that was possible. He went on to explain, when I first joined, I wouldn't use certain chords when I was writing if they sounded like something that John would play or if it sounded like a choice they would have made on their last album. I purposely went the other way. He spoke about how far he was able to let his creativity shine during his run with the band. He said, I thought I was doing a good job of writing music with them, but it wound up not kind of becoming part of my story. Or if it is part of my story with them, it's a small part. As much as I thought that they were up for experimentation, they generally stayed in their own lane. Although he calls his time with the band a blessing and a beautiful experience, He also felt leaving was the best thing that could have happened to me. I'm free to explore other musical avenues and perhaps find my own sound more than I was able to with them.
So is he locked with Pearl Jam? Or is he,
the touring band, yeah.
Right.
And Eddie's touring band as well, and on Eddie's record. And he really brings a cool new sound to that band. You know, they've been essentially the same 5 guys, plus the organ player for 20, 30 years at this point. So to have Josh, I think it's like a new life. I think it's new blood. It's kind of exciting. And I think, from what Preston just said, sounds like he's having fun too.
All right, cool.
One last story. Bruce Springsteen has teased his new cover of the Commodore's 1985 classic Night Shift. The track, which will officially drop on Friday, will be introduced on his upcoming covers collection, Only the Strong Survives, which will be released on November 11th.
I love that song. That's a great tune.
I don't know it.
It's
great.
Yeah, it was post Motown.
It was after Lionel Richie left.
Yeah. Yeah,
so the only Night Shift I can I remember is On the Night Shift. That's it?
That's it.
Oh.
It was like an 80s hit.
Yeah, I do know that song.
It was a little more...
On a night shift.
Was that from the movie Night Shift? With
so.
No. Okay.
Henry Winkler?
With Henry Winkler.
Okay.
Yeah.
It got a lot of airplay on MTV, and yeah, it's a good tune.
So Night Shift which pays tribute to such soul legends as Marvin Gaye and Jackie Wilson, was the band's first hit after Lionel Richie left the band. The tune, which was co-written by drummer Walter Orange, was sung by him and Richie's replacement, J.D. Nichols. Peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, peaking at number 2 on the Adult Contemporary chart, number 1 on the magazine's Hot Black Singles list. So,
in the video, it looks like he's Springsteen's going to his First Holy Communion.
He's dressed in a suit and he's not moving at all. He's just kind of standing there.
I gotta hear it.
Doing this.
I'm this many years old.
All right, and there you go. That's what I have in music news for you. So we'll take a break. We'll come back in a second, and we'll get the letter of the day for the word of the week.
Yeah.
What's coming tomorrow? You want me to give some of these away?
Yeah.
All right, we have these. Yeah. We have a movie screening of Black Adam. And am I giving away the rest of these?
Yeah.
That's what you sounded like.
Yeah.
Like Michael. Am I giving away the rest of these? Yeah. Okay. So we'll take callers 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And we'll
it's too old.
Movies. 15? Okay. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 to see Black Adam at the Regal UA King of Prussia.
No, let's do it. It's
7
almost
o'clock,
Friday.
Tuesday, October 18th. All right. What?
I just hit wrong buttons.
All right. 215-263.
Yeah, you want to go clubbing? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, baby.
WMMR.
Oh, hang on a second. We got the lights on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see.
We have to turn the lights off in here in order for
Gotta
the.
go off. The shades gotta go down.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
All right. We have actual disco lights in the studio. So anyway, the story of Black Adam, starring Dwayne Johnson, vengeful DC superhero, and will Black Adam destroy the world or be its savior? You can see it in theaters, only in theaters, October 21st. All right, so we'll get you on the line, get you those tickets. Take a break, come back in a second, wrap it up. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
And the liability of obscenity and
Right.
all of that stuff, it hasn't been a conversation. I looked up the definition again, and I think you guys are dancing on that line because
Right.
it has something to do with sexual or excretory activities and organs, which is what
There's nothing sexual about it. I mean, it's all
it deals with a sexual,
biological, if anything.
it deals with a sexual organ.
Right. Yeah. Like a Wurlitzer.
By my by Kathy's very apt description of what that does. Anyway, and you're doing this today. I'm like, I dumped the lubricant on the thing.
Yes, which we would
Okay, I
only.
got you.
Our agreement with you is always we'll swing for the fences and you excise what you think
Here.
is appropriate.
People are wondering what the name of it was. Again, I'll play the beginning, just it says the name of this.
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager,
Shinfly full coverage men's massager.
full
So I need
coverage.
to imagine because so much of this is written and appears to be in Mandarin, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely an Asian product, I believe. But it's got subtitles, which
Says
brings us full circle to the conversation we started.
Says great for dads and grads.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So yesterday, today's discussion just kind of brought me back to those good old days where we're really working the dump buttons. But
good.
Yeah. So
By the
maybe
way,
a
Bill,
Preston,
yes, go
a
ahead.
Preston and Steve logo in the merch shop, in the rock shop. We could make some money on this.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slap it on there.
Again,
and
this-
you could be the narrator. Bill's a great narrator, by the way.
Yeah.
He does wonderful narration.
I get all.
Wait, hang on. Let me
All
so.
body parts in contact with the massager and the massager itself shall be fully cleaned.
I think you're better than this guy.
Yeah.
You'd be
I
perfect.
don't know what you want from me. Santa's got to go.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Santa's got to go. All right, so you need to see this thing. You need to do a search on the. Hold on, what was the name of it?
I mean, it'd be easier to go out and get a girlfriend. than set
Yes,
this up.
By far. By
just putting this thing
far.
on, just all the straps and hooks and various things you need to put together to put this thing on your body is more work than going out and trying to get an actual relationship.
And what do you think? It's like, you're at the office. Can I come in? No!
Before using the Shinfly full coverage men's massager,
Shinfly full coverage men's massager, Marissa.
We're sharing it on all of our social media.
Okay,
accounts,
all right.
so
You
can
gotta
find the
see
link
this
there.
thing. There's nothing full on graphic.
No,
about
everything
the
is-
animation, but I mean it's
suggested.
It's certainly suggested, but I've never seen anything like this product before.
I mean, there has to come a point about 3 minutes into using it where you just feel like the lowest scum on earth.
Or you finally found the
euphoric.
greatest thing
Yeah.
that's been created by man.
Honey, I want a divorce.
Wow. Okay. All right. Eddie Vedder is heading out on the road tomorrow night in support of his new solo set, Earthling. Vedder kicks off a 9-date run at New York City's Beacon Theater, although he played a surprise show last night, right, Nick?
He did, yeah. He was in a place just outside of New York City, and the Earthlings were with him, and that's Chad Smith and Josh Klinghoffer and a few other guys. And so there's a whole bunch of songs that I've never heard of that he did last night. And then, tomorrow night at the Beacon Theater, and then Friday night at the Beacon Theater. And I will be attending Friday night show.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
While chatting with the New York Times, the Pearl Jam frontman recalled discussing his and the band's career with U2's Bono, who had very specific opinions and advice for Vedder.
What do you think about bologna?
He does.
I like it.
He recalled saying, I've had a conversation with Bono back in the day. He was suggesting that we needed to work harder and that you didn't want rock and roll to become a niche. And he said that when U2 makes a record, it's like they've got a racehorse and they don't want the horse to in the race. They want to win the race. And I said, we race the horse and then we let the horse run free. He said, I wasn't trying to be
honest, I don't know what you're talking about.
He said, I wasn't trying to be clever. That was the truth. And he was frustrated with me.
Do me a favor and put this device on. I think it's going to. What is it? This part here goes over your manhood. This thing that looks like a ski boot rests just behind your nutsack. Now do a deep knee bend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I see what you mean. Isn't that great?
Yeah. His voice gets even shakier.
There you go.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Isn't that something? It's crazy.
You had to have heard our earlier discussion in order to understand exactly what we're referring to. But the video is now on our social media if you want to see.
I call this part the everlasting bum stopper.
Oh my God! Hang on, I can't see the copy here.
And the video's back up again.
It's just such a clunky looking thing.
It is. There's no way to describe it.
Okay. No, you may not want to eat for this next segment that we're going to talk about.
Oh man. Okay.
Kathy told us last night on a little phone call, and she prefaced this by saying, I want to share something with you guys. And he goes, She says, because we're family and we can talk about these things.
By the way, Casey was not on the call at this point, so this is going to be a surprise for Casey.
I go, what did I just walk into? And you guys said, you just wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Yeah. So you want to try something out, I believe?
do. Yeah, I want to try something out. And when I say we're family, I mean us in the room and everyone that listens to the show.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm going to try a menstrual cup.
Oh,
menstrual cup.
Wow.
Yeah, a cup. I'm so surprised.
A cup.
Me too.
And in no small part, because your reaction anytime Preston has ever brought this up is just complete revulsion. And
That's
so,
what
like,
we thought.
The fact that you're coming around on it, and I've heard a lot of people rave about it. I'm proud of you. I think that's like a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they still existed. I thought that this was a thing from years ago. Now, listen, I don't know nothing about menstrual and all that. But it seems antiquated to me.
Well, so I think it's becoming a little more popular because they're saying that there's benefits to it. It's safer than wearing a tampon. It holds more, so you can go throughout the day, without having to change it. It's better for the environment, things like that.
Okay, so when you're saying it holds more, are we talking like a quart or what?
Well, Steve, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know, and that's part of my issue. I wanted to. I'm hoping that Mother Nature, the flow, kind of goes along, and I get it on the weekend because I'd love to try it, not having to come to work.
Well, isn't that a big? Well, you had mentioned in passing last night that was one of the things they mentioned. Don't take your first cup out for a spin while you're going into work.
Yeah, so apparently, yeah. So I'm on a group text with my girlfriends, and
the cuppers.
I think that 3 out of the 3 out of the 5 of us use it, and they were like raving about it. Go for it. No, you have to. Here's the one I use. Here's the one I use. There's different options out there. And so,
do they have Yetis?
So me and the one girl who don't use it, we were like, okay, well, give us the what should we do? And the suggestions were, don't try to take it out the first time, at least, or until you get used to it, anywhere but your own home and possibly even the shower.
Not at the mall.
Right. Well, that's what I'm worried about. I'm like,
not on all white Wednesdays.
Well, and so my other all white Wednesday. My other issue is, how much does it hold? Because
again. As Preston said, we don't know, nothing about this, and I too thought it was something like an antiquated, turn of the last century sort of thing. But so I do understand that it's probably very safe. The purpose is. Will it stop any flow? Will it?
Yeah, well, yes.
So it basically dams it up, correct?
Yeah, it holds it. So when you take it out, it's still there, and you have to like your cup and stuff like that. But
I never see. You don't see ads for these.
No.
You know what I mean? Like tampon commercials are a regular thing.
The cup might be too much for like a television commercial.
I know why we were talking about this. I had a bizarre file story of a guy who was drinking tequila out of it. He thought it was a shot glass. And it was a menstrual cup, and his girlfriend or wife had posted it online, and that's how we got talking about it.
Okay, so I don't know, Kathy. Listen, we don't know nothing about menstrual cycles here, but how many pints will you on a heavy flow day?
How many pints?
How many gallons?
I'm not measuring them.
Okay.
Case, I don't know. That's the problem because these menstrual cups they're not huge.
No.
So, I mean, I'm guessing they're made for to hold the average woman's.
Okay, so in the demonstration we're looking at here, Kathy, the woman dips a tampon down into some, which we assume is actual.
I don't think it's
actual blood.
I think it's probably water.
It obviously then it becomes larger, and so it basically serves as a plug.
I mean,
you would do this every. For how many days during your normal
cycle?
Like the tampons,
like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Excuse me, it depends.
And do you pour that into a larger jug that you keep by the front door?
But it's so.
It's like my belly button lint collection.
Ew.
I haven't started.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Please talk.
The other thing is, and I've watched videos, and not graphic videos, like the videos that we're watching here, of how to put it in place.
Right. Mm-hmm. And how many guys do you need to have?
I know.
I mean,
I
honestly,
have my mom come over and help.
For the video that we're watching, it's not. they don't have to use a blood red liquid. They could use like a blue liquid.
Well, I think they're trying to be accurate.
We don't bleed blue. Just so you know.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of the Smurf cup.
But like when they do like diaper commercials, they don't like use brown water. They use a blue water.
It's a little icky for Casey seeing the red.
Do you know what brand you're going to go for, Kath?
Well, so here's the thing. I purchased one. I just went to Target and I purchased the one at Target. It's called like a Himalayan salt menstrual cup. However, my girlfriend uses a site called Lola, and this is sort of like environmentally safe, chemical-free type of products for women. So I may order one from here, Nick, and try this one. Because here's the thing: there's different ones, and the one from Target has like
Lola.
Because what I've also heard is you might have to like dig around a little to get it out.
Bad choice of words.
Well, somebody texted in, and by the way, we're getting a lot of positive response from women listeners.
Yes.
Male listeners,
not so much.
Not as much.
I don't think we understand it. But
so there's one of the female listeners recommended, Kathy, that there's one with a longer tip at the bottom of it.
So that's what I was worried about. That's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Also, Casey, there's a great documentary that you should watch. It's called Period End of Sentence.
I feel like I watched it, or no, it won a bunch of I was going to say Grammys, Oscars and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I believe one of the producers is local.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's about something that happens to half of the population on the planet.
Yeah.
And so it really just dives into.
I might want to watch it. Period. End of story.
Period. End of sentence.
A period. End of sentence.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the sequel?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like. I read this book about this gentleman.
Quit
I know. But this guy tried to live an Orthodox Jewish lifestyle for an entire year. He is Jewish, but he's not Orthodox. And so one of the traditions of Orthodox Jews is that when their spouse is on her period, they don't touch them.
Right.
And so for the longest time, they thought that it was a like kind of the sexist sort of like, oh, gross, get away from me. And it was more, what he found out was more of like a mourning. The loss of the possibility of having a child.
Okay.
So when you are shedding, yeah,
I don't judge. I find that very interesting. In this case, to me, it would seem, because I know there have been issues with stuff like tampons and things of that nature, toxic shock, and all those sort of situations.
Although
this would seem to be, to me, it actually would seem fairly easy. I was watching the demo video. She sort of rolls it up, and which allows for you to place it where it needs to be. And then once you let go of it, it expands to what you need it to be.
Right. I'm still worried about putting it in place.
Right. By the way, so do they have different sizes of them? Do you know?
Well, so I didn't know this.
You said you're using the Joe Namath brand.
No, stop it. God, jeez, Steve.
Where did you come up with that?
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. I'm not a woman, and I don't even pretend I know what goes on down there.
Preston, I think there are sizes. I'm looking now here. It says mini, size 1, and size 2, and then you can click the size.
So for the ad campaign, this would be for the regular size.
Yeah,
and the mini event this weekend. Thank you to Carrie Filer Bender and Rob Reichert for stopping by. AIDSWalkPhilly.org. It's going to be on Sunday. Weather looks great.
Oh, it's going to be perfect
for that day. Thank you to John Brady. Director of Fun and Game of the Phils, and the National League Division Series Game 3 is Friday, Citizens Bank Park. Weather looks great for that, too.
Yes.
And they have all kinds of events that are taking place before the game. So if you want to get there and just be a part of that celebration, just get to the ballpark early. Thank you to Andrew Greenblatt.
Yay!
31st Annual Philadelphia Film Festival is Wednesday, October 19th, and you can go to filmadelphia.org for info. Thank you to Rob Wasserman. Head honcho at the Philly Burger Brawl. It's a week from this Sunday, and phillyburgerbrawl.com. Thank you, by the way, to local Pez for bringing by the burgers this morning. They were wonderful. You can find them in Fishtown, Graduate Hospital, and West Philly as well. And they take scratch cooking and Mexican flavors very seriously. So thank you for coming by here today. And surprise last-minute guest, Mr. Richard Kind. Great actor who is now in the Hall of Fame at Pennsbury High School. They had the event at Pennsbury West today. We didn't know that. Well, maybe we did know about that, he and Kathy going to the same high school. I don't remember the last interview.
Yeah, I think we had addressed it. I just forgot where he grew up. He grew up in Yardley. I was on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah. But still, we're going to get our national news and traffic correspondent in the Pennsbury Hall of Fame
I
next
think
year.
so. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if we can't win with that angle, we'll go former playmate.
Wait, you're gonna Steve's gonna push for her first, and then he'll get to me.
Well, I think you can come in on both sides, depending on what they're doing.
Yep. All right. So, nonetheless, we thank you all for being on the program today, and we need to do the letter of the day. Ready, Case? Yeah.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right. The Preston and Steve Show brought to you today by the letter
I, as in intention.
All right. And we have one more letter and one more day to go before we give away the prize, hopefully to you, 4-pack of premium box seats in the front row of box number 1 for Christy Stefano's sold-out Right Intention, Wrong Movie Tour, which is going to be Friday, October 28th, 8 p.m. at the Fillmore in Philadelphia. The early show is sold out, but some tickets remain for his late show that night, which is at 10:30, and they are on sale now at Ticketmaster. I want to thank our sponsors. Preston and Steve Show has been brought to you today by Dunkin'. The Preston and Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also brought to you by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and by Squeezed.com. Feel great, lose weight with Squeezed. Tomorrow for our No Sad Bro Friday, a couple of guests. Comedian Dan Mintz will be here, and comedian Kurt Braunholder will be joining us as well. So we'll wrap up the week laughing, and we'll give some stuff away, and we'll have a good time. That's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.